Start. Alrighty, what is going on, you guys? It is Cookie right back here today, and today I'm going to be doing a podcast with my good friend Zenkai Senpai. We share a Discord with our buddy Chris. And so to kick off my little podcast that I'm going to be throwing on here, I decided that since he and Crazy are the ones most active in there, I was going to start off with him since he was the most available. Since Crazy just started school. So yeah, no, go ahead, bro. Introduce yourself. Do your little plugs, whatever you got to do here.
Hey guys, this is Zenkai Senpai. I'm on the podcast to talk about just random stuff with Kookie, right? And it can just be like anything. Like I'm a big fan of Hunter x Hunter. We can talk about that. I'm a little caught up with My Hero. We can talk about that. Naruto. A lot of that stuff is on my channel, and maybe just like college stuff because I mean that's part of the reason why my channel's been on hiatus. So yeah, that's just something that we could talk about. So like if you heard anything you want to start off with, then yeah.
Yeah, actually, so I'm gonna shoot you the first question here. So you recently just came back to YouTube, right? So you've been on that little grind here. You've been having trouble with Premiere Pro, which isn't the worst thing to happen, especially because some of these other software are a little more sketchy, you know. Because like I was using DaVinci Resolve, and those rendering times are an absolute pain. I should have taken a screenshot at one point, but I did have. I think it was the first video that I popped out with the MHA tier list. I was waiting for about 3 hours for that to render when it was only like a 40-minute video, which it wasn't even high quality. I don't even think I have it set for the 1080p.
Yeah, that's
But
insane. It takes that
it's
long.
weird. So I went in and I'm trying to figure all this out, and that's where you came in. You're like, hey, college students get a discount, like a stupid crazy discount.
Yeah, it's
It's
like
like,
really good. Like this
right,
definitely should promote it more.
for real. How do you have such a good deal and never
I
try to
forgot the
promote it?
website that I found out about it from, but
Because I
I was able to
knew.
find like the partnership for my school for it. It's like they gave me like a $20 bundle like a month for
For
you just
real.
to have the entire Adobe Cloud. When like each app is probably like worth like a
Exactly. You're
hundred.
paying like $50 a month for just like the regular app. So like to
Yeah,
have all of that for $20 a month is a steal, and if you can afford it, absolutely 1000% get it. No, but that update video, I wanted to talk about that for a minute here. Now that you're back on the grind, along with me and Crazy here, is that what do you got? What do you got planned, bro? I mean, because I know you're gonna be doing the Naruto Part Two Village. I mean, what other ideas are kind of swimming through your head?
Besides that, I just want to talk about of course the channel does have a lot of anime on it, so of course I would do a lot of videos on that. I did mention in the update that I was gonna have a Hunter x Hunter video, basically explaining like what if people had like Nen and like in the real world. There'd be a video like that, and basically with my upcoming videos, I want to do more like film type videos, so it won't just be like heavily edited videos. It could be stuff that's in real life using like After Effects and stuff like that. So
For
that's
sure.
kind of like my intention for videos.
Nah, that should be cool. I mean, are you experienced in After Effects and stuff like that, or would that be a whole new program that you got to teach yourself?
I've used it a couple times, like with school like projects, but for like big stuff for like using consistently on YouTube, not have it.
Right, we're blessed to be in like we're blessed to be in the age where YouTube's actually a thing. Because now you don't gotta like teach yourself in After Effects. You just look up, hey, how do I do like let's say you're looking to do the
Right.
Sharingan or whatever. Because I know at one point I looked it up for After Effects, and I was like, nah, man, I can't do that. That's gonna take way too long. But
I've had like that similar experience with learning Adobe Premiere for the past couple of days because
yeah,
I I've been using Sony Vegas for so long, and then up to this point, like I had no idea how Adobe Premiere worked. So for almost every action, I was looking up stuff on
nah,
YouTube
I
to
feel
learn
you.
them.
There was a couple things that I had to do, and that's because the video I was editing that I think I'm really sad. I'm probably gonna scrap it. Is that was that I was learning how to blur the background so that we didn't get copyrighted. Because I'm like, if I'm gonna have something moving in the background, I want it blurred. That way, if I'm gonna go ahead and steal the anime clips, then they'll just blur it in the background, then have the manga in front. Because I don't think the manga's as prone to be struck as anime is.
Well, actually, I've seen people get striked for manga panels too. That's also something you have to watch out for. So I wouldn't even use those too heavily. But it isn't as bad as using like straight anime footage because you can easily tell that's what it's from.
Yeah, no, for real. Sorry, I have to let my dog open the door for my dog, or else he gets all sad. But no, I agree. I mean, if you're using just straight anime, it's you're almost shooting yourself in the foot at that point. Just because, I mean, even if you're only doing like 3 seconds worth of clips and using that, eventually they're gonna get you on it, which is the funniest thing to me. Especially because
like,
fair use. Oh, go ahead.
Oh no, I was saying that I think that's a reason why it's harder for any YouTubers to get popular or at least grow on YouTube because they have to be very creative with making their content. Because using a whole bunch of clips is going to get you struck down pretty easily. So you have to be very creative with what you're creating.
Yeah, I mean, if you're like, let's say you're you're going down more towards the am I getting that? Uh-oh. I want to make sure that I'm
I think an example would be do you know who Vocal Pineapple is?
I follow him on Twitter. I actually don't think I follow his stuff on YouTube, to be completely honest.
Well, on YouTube, he mainly has My Hero videos. And to avoid copyright, he doesn't use much anime footage. And instead of displaying, like, characters in a conventional way for like, YouTube videos, he'll use, like, popsicle sticks and have, like, images on them. And he'll have, like, move them around in his video. And I always thought that was pretty creative to avoid the... And he said he did that. Like, he developed the idea before he even started the YouTube channel and created those. So I thought that was pretty smart.
That's wild. Z, I'm gonna be completely honest here. I completely messed this up.
What do you mean?
I can work with that. Alright, we'll just continue where we're going.
Playback?
Yeah, I can hear the playback. We're all good.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but... No, I mean, Vocal Pineapple looks like he's funny on Twitter, so I'll have to go ahead and check him out on what's it called? YouTube. But I mean, the content that I really appreciate is the ones that can just like sit down and just sort of talk and be themselves, you know? That's why I like Geekdom, I think, especially this World of Geekdom channel. I think I like that channel more than I do actually Geekdom 101. I think it's just because, like, to me personally, his content's a little on Geekdom 101. But the World of Geekdom, I think, has a real shot at being even bigger than Geekdom 101 just because of the broader range of topics that he goes on. But
I haven't looked at World of Geekdom much. Is it like he talks about stuff like other than Dragon Ball only?
Yeah, so it would be literally all his other interests. It's the wrestling and Marvel and DC, Star Wars.
So I think that'll be pretty interesting since, you know, it's like another side of him that you don't see.
Exactly. His Speakdoms actually moved over on there as well, and those are interesting, especially because he's a little older. I mean he's not old by any means. I think he's only in like his early to mid 30s, but I mean he's still got that experience in life in general, you know. So I mean, all he really does, he throws his little thumbnail up there, and then it's just him talking. And I'm like, well,
right. To me, it's more like a mini podcast. Like I usually, even for work, I listen to some of Geekdom videos at work.
For real.
Just listening to. I know I don't have. There's no like footage that I'm looking at for, you know, in the video.
Exactly. I mean, in terms of YouTube inspirations, though, I think him, Quaman, and Rhymestyle were the ones that I think truly like set me on the path. I'm like, this is what I want to do. And I think Geekdom's style and the way he does his videos with World of Geekdom was the one where I'm like, I think that's what speaks most to me. Did you have any revelations like that? Like this is the kind of content that I want to make?
I think I pretty much started out with watching Aquaman and Black and Fist. Like I thought, like they were probably one of the best Dragon Ball anime duos that were out at the time,
Oh,
and they kind of
100%.
inspired me around that time too. And then Geekdom emerged, and he got really popular as well. And people like Rhyme Style, Thundershot, Kagi Films, people like that. They also inspired me as well.
I'm really happy that Rhyme Style blew up. I won't even lie. I mean,
I always felt like he would eventually.
he would eventually, absolutely. I'm just glad that he did. Because I think he recently, just a couple weeks ago, passed 1 mil. And I remember being there, and I'm like, I used to follow him when he hadn't even hit 10K yet. So this was wild to me.
Oh, you were that early? I think
I was
around
early.
during, like the Dragon Block C days. I don't know how early that was, but I remember him playing with what's his name? I think JD Antastic or something like that. Yeah, he was playing that with him. I don't know how early that was, but that was still pretty early.
Oh, definitely.
On YouTube with him. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, watching these guys just blow up into these powerhouses in the Dragon Ball community, like.
Well, how can I even forget? Like Afro Senju, bro.
For
I used
real.
to watch Afro all the time.
Nah, I haven't watched his content as much as of late. I've actually been more into Syriacs.
I've watched his content too. I haven't seen much of it recently, but I stopped by.
Nah, I feel ya.
To watch it.
Yeah, I mean I enjoy his stuff. RDC World. When you talk about how you want to like do stuff IRL, like that's where my mind jumps to, and I think they're so unique in their content, in that it almost feels like they took it from Vine and they just extended it. But at the same time, I mean, that's only like a little bit of their content that feels like that. But I mean,
think with like RDC World, King Vader is, right?
Yeah,
he
absolutely.
also does similar stuff. But I feel like RDC World, like no, not saying anything bad about King Vader, but I feel like RDC World, they somehow like execute the videos in a way where they don't need a whole bunch of effects to make it insane.
Oh, 1000%. Because I think it's because they don't really take themselves too seriously, They don't.
Right, like RDC World seems like they're just having fun and they don't care what people think
exactly.
about the video. It just speaks for itself.
Yeah, like the anime and the real world. I mean, I think that's what really blew them into the limelight there. And it's not like they used a whole lot of big effects on it. It's just like them just fucking around.
And basically just cosplaying. Really.
Basically. But I mean, the two-parter series there, I that's where I first saw them. And I'm like, this shit's fucking funny. Like, I will 100% always defend someone that's being satirical about something that other people take seriously. Like, if you're making fun of something that's usually serious, I'm usually more likely to defend something like that. That's not to say, like, I'll defend people that are trying to make dark humor when it's not needed to be,
Right.
But, like, if people are trying to say, like, something's pretty offensive, I'll usually be there to just sort of be like, well, it might be offensive to you, but it also brings in this statement here on why something is a problem. I think the anime community has a really, really hard time accepting that.
Oh, so how would you apply that to RDC World, or are you saying that in general?
I'm just saying that in general, like,
Oh, okay.
Because, I don't know, I thought I saw at one point that they were getting flack for just like, hey, man, like, this would be, or like, just their power scaling in general with the powers and stuff like that, and they're just like, hey, yo, you gotta chill,
you mean
bro.
that realm?
Yeah.
In the power scaling? Oh, yeah, Annie Twitter always gets butthurt.
Annie Twitter's so funny. I mean, like, you'll have one thing just completely, like, mess them up, and then the next day will be something completely stupid that'll completely fuck them over again. I don't think I've ever seen a day where Annie Twitters actually come together for something.
Well, yeah, everyone's always divided based on their favorite show. They're always comparing something.
Right?
Like, all the JoJo fans are like, oh, watch JoJo. Like, or, like, mid-piece. He always says mid-hunter, mid-X-mid. Like,
Mid-X-mid,
everyone
right?
always has something to say.
Right, everyone thinks
And
that
then
something popular is mid. Like, it's
like
so
Demon
funny.
Slayer, like when Demon Slayer came out, I like really loved Demon Slayer, and then everyone was just bashing on it because it looked good on episode 13. I was like,
Right?
why are you guys mad that it looked good? And then
I think
you're
part of
mad
it's
at
because
people
their
getting
favorite.
hype. I mean, people were overhyping it a little bit, but like, let them be happy. Why are you mad
Nah,
that
for
people
real.
are hyped about how good it looks? Like, it's made by Youthful Tables.
I think it
What do you
kinda.
expect?
I think it kinda deserves the hype. I wish that. I don't know if
Like,
I'd.
I understand it's generic, like it's
Yeah.
not like a super creative story, but they do so well with the generic story. I feel like.
The fact that it is the highest box office grossing movie in Japan ever blows my mind. The fact that it
Like,
took
it's a
away the
reason why
crown
it's
of
popular.
Spirited Away, that held the crown for 19 years, is absolutely mind-boggling. And I'm like,
Like, there
that's a
must be a reason
testament.
why it's that popular. There has to be a
Definitely.
reason.
And it's like, that's not to say that I think it's the best, the best shonen in Jump
But yeah, by no
at
means,
that
I don't think it's
time,
the best.
um, especially during its runtime. But I mean, it's one of those ones where people are going to be talking about here. Like, it is 1000% cemented as what will probably end up becoming the new big three. It's easily sealed its spot. And
I mean, I
then,
think it's more of that if the manga comes out, but like on
yeah.
anime terms, I feel like it will be mainstream for a very long time.
Oh, 1000%.
Yeah,
I don't think that hype train's gonna be dying here anytime soon. Especially because season 2 is more than likely gonna be dropping on us this year.
most likely because the movie's already out in Japan, and it's
Exactly.
probably gonna get the English dub pretty soon over here. So once that comes out, it may be a couple months
Yeah.
later than they release.
We'll see what happens. I don't know. I don't know how much longer we're gonna be on lockdown, so we really might only be getting that one and Fate straight to DVD,
Yeah, maybe.
which would be unfortunate. Well, Fate actually did get a North American release in theaters, so
I mean,
I don't
they
know.
could stream it on platforms.
I don't know why
Like,
they
you know
didn't.
how Wonder Woman was like on HBO Max. Now, granted, that wasn't a good movie, but
Yeah,
you know, they could like. I can see the Demon Slayer movie being on like Netflix. I think is My Hero
yeah,
on
for
Netflix
real.
yet?
My Hero's not on Netflix net yet. No,
I think I've heard talk about it's going to be soon
it could be.
for
It
season 5.
definitely could jump onto Netflix here.
Yeah, so I can see the Demon Slayer movie definitely being on Netflix or some type of subscription service just for people to watch it.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, in the community tab. Yeah, no. I mean, it could be in some countries. I know. I know Dragon Ball's in a couple countries on Netflix, but not for
It's
us.
crazy that we don't have Dragon Ball like on any
Right?
type of service.
Like, it's only on Funimation. Like, I get that Funimation wants to hold on to the thing that made it popular, but bro, you gotta let it go here a little bit. I mean, I think the only one that actually shares services is Super.
Yeah, super.
Super, Ball, and GT. Well, Ball and GT are on Netflix. Or not Netflix, Hulu. And then it's just you can't find Z or Kai. Like, even Funimation doesn't have Kai, believe it or not.
Yeah, like when I was younger, for the longest time, I could never find DBZ in the Boo saga. So
Yeah.
for a long time, I thought the end of Z was the Cell saga, and then I saw GT on Hulu for some reason. So I watched GT before I even saw the Boo saga.
That's awesome, bro. I remember my first memory with Dragon Ball. I was at Disneyland, and it was like one of the little down breaks where it was like, okay, we had a ton of rides, now let's chill for a little bit. And so we were down, and it was we put on Nicktoons, and it was the episode in Dragon Ball where in Kai where Goku was powering up for Ginyu, and I'm just like, this shit's kind of raw, bro. I think not too long after we did start, we started Dragon Ball.
Oh, so you mostly started off with watching like straight from the beginning.
So what happened was my dad would do the whole Netflix DVD rentals. So we'd get like what they'd do is they'd send over one of the discs from the Blue Bricks, and then we'd watch that and we'd send it back and we'd get another disc from the Blue Bricks and all that.
Oh, that's really cool.
And then with Z, he just bought the actual bricks themselves. The funny part
Right.
about that one was that I never did the Falconer score. My dad would throw the original Japanese music on there with the English cast. So I got the original dub with the original funny dub with the original Kikuchi soundtrack. Some people are like,
Right.
"Oh, Bruce Falconer's the best." I'm like, "Who in the fuck is that?"
Well, see, I never even. I don't think I even watched the DBZ with the Falconer track. I think I originally watched it in the Kai dub, and that's what I was used to.
I have a newfound appreciation for Kai because
Like when I went on YouTube, I would see all the Falconer tracks. I'm
yeah,
like, I never heard this in the show. Where did he
for
even
real,
play these at?
for like half the time I thought that it was just fan edits.
Yeah,
I'm like,
that's what I thought too.
and I'm like, this music's kind of trash. And some people are like, "Oh, Falconer's so good." I'm like, bro, mine must have just been circus music.
Footage, when I see the videos with the Falcon music, I'm like, this does not fit the setting at all.
There's
It's
a couple
way too
times.
metal.
There's a couple times I think it fits.
Yeah,
but
I like Gohan's anger. I
Yeah.
like Vegeta's. I think Cell's is really good. Maybe not the best for Perfect Cell, but
Cells
I think,
was hilarious at
people-
times.
Yeah, I like Cell.
Super Saiyan 3's theme, I think, is the most iconic, and I honestly think it's overrated for what I always thought Super Saiyan 3 was. Because
Yeah,
I
I
always
think
thought the
it
Super
is
Saiyan
iconic.
3 was supposed to be... Super Saiyan and Super Saiyan 3 were meant to look fucking terrifying. The first one, if you've ever heard it with Kikuchi, if you want to look it up, I think it's M163, I think it's what it is. I don't know. But it's basically the legendary Super Saiyan versus the monster Frieza.
Right.
And it's just fucking terrifying. Like, you'd think that you would hear that type of soundtrack in a fucking horror film. And I mean, it makes sense for what they were doing with the visuals. I mean, Goku's ripping the planet fucking apart, and he's still trying to suppress his rage. So when he hits, and his voice sounds like a great ape, I mean, I looked at that, I'm like, oh shit, something bad's about to go down, rather than, oh, Goku the Superman is about to save the day.
Right. Yeah, I agree with that as well.
Yeah, and then Super Saiyan 3 was the same thing. It wasn't this hype up moment. The second part of the soundtrack that they use is the one that they tend to use when it's a little more somber, like a little more humbling moments.
Right.
Yeah, I think they used that one with Goku's heart attack. I think was what they were going with that one. And I'm like, oh, so that's the tone you wanted for Super Saiyan 3. It's just funny comparing the two and then showing just like, Falconer misses the intention more often than not. Maybe that's not his fault because Funimation would tell him what the tone was supposed to be. But for what I took it as is that he didn't, they didn't know.
Right. See, for me, because I watched GT first, I saw the Super Saiyan 4 form before Super Saiyan 3. So,
That's so funny.
Well, technically I didn't because I saw Goku go Super Saiyan 3 in, like, the child form.
Yeah.
So I was always confused, and then, like, I would, like, see clips of, like, oh, okay, in Z, in the Buu Saga, he actually went Super Saiyan 3. But I always felt like Super Saiyan 3 didn't really embody, like, what the ultimate Super Saiyan should have been.
Not for real.
Like.
Did you go back and watch Boo, or at this point do you
I
know
did go
enough
back
to
and
where?
watch it. No, I went back and watched it now. I've seen it.
Good shit. Because I was just kind of over there like, well, if you know everything about Boo, then why would you watch it?
True. I mean, I still wanted to see what happened, but like,
yeah, of course.
I mean, also in the Dragon Ball games, most of them go through the story anyway, so like they kind of tell you the entire story.
For real.
I know one of to me, one of the hardest games was Ultimate Tenkaichi. Like the boss battles. I have never gotten past.
Bro, I shouldn't chime in, but I hated that, bro. I'm sorry.
Ultimate Tenkaichi messed me up. it
Yeah.
took me.
I was like,
I had to have my uncle come in and button mash for me because I could
see,
not
I had
beat
a similar thing.
it.
My dad did the exact same thing. Like I
My
would get
brother
all the
did
way up
it.
to the button mashing, and then like
Not
I don't
for
know
real.
how hard they expect you to press these buttons so quickly, but I would never be able
I
to.
Right,
couldn't
I remember I was
comprehend.
at the grade 8 Vegeta fight, and I was, cause my dad had gotten erased on that game because I rage quit. So I went back to
Okay.
play it after like a couple months, and so I went back and I was trying to mash. So I went on to YouTube, and what it told me was to actually like, not to button mash completely, but just to like, clench your wrist enough to the point where your thumb is just bouncing up and down, like when you're gripping something really tight to the point where like
Right.
yeah, where you're sort of flexing instead. It was said to flex on the button, and that's how I finally beat Vegeta, and then I couldn't do it with Cooler.
I mean, even now, I don't even think I'm confident that I can even be cool.
I'd have to
At this
check.
point.
I feel like I
think
might be able to.
I think was it button mashing with the like the actual buttons, or was it like with the sticks? I don't remember which one it was.
I think it was both. At one point you had to do
Oh,
the
okay.
sticks, the other time you had to actually push a button.
Right.
Cooler
And I
was
think
so ass.
when you're at that point in the game, I think there's like 2 different bosses around at that time, and
It
you
was
one you have to fight. You have to do the exact same type of button mashing challenge thing.
Exactly. I think it was Broly and Cooler, I want to say.
Possibly.
Maybe. I haven't touched that game
what
in
happened
years.
was I think because there's 2 parts of the story. There's the custom created character story,
Yeah.
and then it's the regular story. So you can either do the cooler fight, or you could do the fight in the custom created character. And I think there was
Yeah.
one very similar to the one in the custom created character story.
Probably.
Yeah.
You know what sucks, though? Ultimate Tenkaichi is the only other game besides Xenoverse to have custom characters, and they're the only ones that actually spike up the hair.
Right. I'm like, really surprised that they didn't take.
And I'm
things
like,
from Ultimate
really,
Tenkaichi.
bro? This game is shit.
Like, a lot
We're
of
living
people say
on
the game
11
is
years old
bad.
now.
But some people say that Ultimate Tenkaichi was a bad Dragon Ball game.
I
But
cannot.
the one thing they did right was the customization.
Oh,
they had decent
definitely.
customization.
Like
I think they even had fighting styles for your character.
right.
And you picked the fighting style based on like your master, I think.
That was the coolest part.
Yeah.
I think I kept Bardock's fighting style.
Yeah,
I liked
think
his.
that was one
His
of the cool
and
ones.
Yamcha's. I think I jumped in between. So let's talk about Mid-X Mid for a little bit, yeah? Because we gotta show crazy what's what on this series. Because while I personally, in my heart of hearts, is overrated, I can 1000% see why people love it as much as they do. And I will never ever trash someone for loving Hunter x Hunter.
I mean, I can see the people obviously because I like the show.
Yeah.
But I mean, I can see why people say it's overrated. But I think people say it's also bad for the wrong reason.
Oh yeah, like I think there's legitimate criticism to be held against Hunter x Hunter. I personally don't have any, but I don't. I'm sure it's out there that there's actual legitimate things that are wrong with the show because it's not perfect. I can't sit here and tell you that it's a perfect show.
Yeah, it's not a perfect show. But I feel like the highs of Hunter x Hunter are like so high.
Oh yeah,
compared to other anime.
It's so rewarding. Because it took me a long time to get through the Chimera Ant arc, and that was just because I thought it was so slow in the anime.
Yeah, it is kind of slow, but it's still,
especially the
beginning. Highs are very great.
And then
I jump around with the York New arc. And Chimera. I think right now my favorite is probably the York New arc, just because how consistent that arc has been all the way. I think that's probably the perfect arc. Like I don't think there's any lows in that arc, to be honest.
I haven't seen York New in a while. I'd have to go back and check. No, but I mean, Chimera Ant, for the beginning, until they actually raid the mansion, felt so slow to me. Then once they raided the mansion, I could not stop watching that arc. I mean, I was
Yeah, I
pulling
think that was pretty
all-nighters
cool.
just so that way I could keep watching. Because once they rated, I was having so much fun with it.
I mean, I enjoyed some parts, like the pre-Chimera arc kind of
Mm-hmm.
training thing, where like they had to like fight Knuckle and shoot
Yeah.
like to see if they were actually like ready to be part of such a
He was about to... One of my favorite moments with Gon was when he was about to use his full power Jonken against rip-off Smoker. Because you can't tell me that he doesn't look like he was inspired by Smoker from One Piece.
Yeah, I think so.
Because I don't know. Togashi might have been a fan of One Piece. I'm not entirely sure. I'd have to look in the back catalog.
Him and Oda friends, I think.
I thought they were. I know Oda was friends with the author for Rurouni Kenshin, but
Possibly.
yeah, that was a wild day when we finally heard that that Rurouni Kenshin's artist was a pedophile.
Yeah.
That was a wild day. I think what's even more wild was there were people coming to defend the guy. Just because of Rurouni Kenshin, they're like, "Oh, well, sure, it sucks what he did, but like you can't judge a guy
the art
for that."
from the artist.
And I'm like, I get that to a certain extent, but if I didn't do it with Vic Mignogna, I'd be a hypocrite. So,
True.
like, and that's one of the biggest things I don't want to do is I don't want to be a hypocrite.
Right.
Crazy wants us to talk about college. So let's go.
We barely talked about Hunter x Hunter. Like, he wanted to skip it.
Nah, we're not gonna skip Hunter x Hunter. We're good. No, I think my personal favorite's Greed Island. In all honesty.
Really, I think a lot of people kind of downplayed that arc because it's basically a training arc for the most part, and the villain isn't really that great either. I think Gensu was probably the weakest villain in all of Hunter x Hunter, to be honest.
Definitely a weak villain. I do not. I think it's just because I like isekai shows and I'm like, hey, I can get down with this.
Well, I think like for me, I think the what's it called? The razor portion with the volleyball. I think that was my favorite portion of the arc. But when it got to them going up against Gensu, I kind of like got bored with the arc at that point.
Nah, I feel you on there.
But I did appreciate like the Yu-Gi-Oh card thing, like that aspect.
Yeah.
I thought that was really cool. But at that point when they're going up against Gensu, it was almost like they're abusing the fact that they're able to like copy cards and shit. Like,
exactly. It was a hack and a half.
Yeah, like they're at this point they're like abusing cards.
Yeah, they were.
To win, basically. Now I did like the way that Gon beat Gensu. Like he summoned, like he was using basically items to counter his explosions.
Yeah.
Like he used a card to summon like an oil jar or something like that, and then when Gensu punched it, it went all over his hand. So then he couldn't use his explosion anymore. So I thought it was pretty smart how they use some of the cards in the show.
Yeah, I think the way that Hunter x Hunter does its fights is really interesting, especially because like most anime now and when that arc was coming out was just hit it hard until it falls rather than using its brain, rather than using their own brain, you know. So it's basically just like if you hit it hard enough, eventually it's gonna work. So, and I think Fist of the North Star, JoJo's, and Dragon Ball have a lot to do with that. That trend now, and just you don't need strategy anymore. Now it's just get a new power up, and then figure out how to use that power up, and then hit the villain until it either dies or anything else.
That's why I really enjoyed Hunter x Hunter, because in most of their fights they didn't just win because of just
exactly
force, you know. I think it's also because of the whole entire Nen system, because there's so many rules of Nen, and you can't just I have this Nen ability so I can just beat every single person in the entire verse. Like
exactly,
there's absolutely things that you have to think about your Nen ability. So I think a good example was the cheetah guy. I forget his name. But he created a Nen ability, because he didn't really think about the Nen ability, he just thought of something really cool.
Yeah.
But it wasn't compatible with what he does. Like, he hits super fast, but used the ability to kind of, like, yet wouldn't really help him in his skill set. So it's kind of like if you're a nun ability, you have to actually think about what would work for you, especially with your nun category.
Exactly. Because even with the OP moves, like they always have consequences if you use them wrong, or if you use them in general. Like I always appreciate a big power up that has consequences, or a big power that's going to have a big backdraw behind it. That way you can't spam it.
Like Karakugo. Like,
exactly.
He probably has like the most overpowered moveset in the entire show, but he can't spam it because it's going to basically subtract years from his life.
Exactly.
And he also can't use one of his abilities. Only can use them against the Phantom Troop as well.
Exactly. He can't just go ahead and spam the move, or else he dies, right? So it's just funny to me that people are like, oh well, Hunter x Hunter isn't as deep as you think it is, and it's just kind of, they're like, its power system at the very least would tell you otherwise. But that's just me on that front.
Power system.
He's got one of the most interesting.
Like Kilo, for instance, like they were like so amazed that Kilo was able to use electricity because they understand like how much torture he had to go through in order to actually use that.
Exactly. It's wild. I mean, because it might not be my favorite power system. I think Chakra might be my favorite, but
yeah, I think that's a cool power system. But I think I think it was underutilized a lot. I think in Naruto, there were so many things they could have done with the power system that they really didn't think about. Like one thing I wanted to talk about on the channel is how like they completely forgot about substitution jutsu.
Shoot, like, they kind of did, yeah.
It's like the ultimate evasion. Like, you can literally escape death with that jutsu. There's so many times where people could have...
Nah, it's kind of funny. What's it called? There we go. My headphones just died. I lost my train of thought. No, okay, there we go. Boruto. Boruto tends to use the substitution jutsu a little bit more now. Is what I've seen.
It's been a while since I've seen the Boruto anime. I've kind of got bored with it.
I did the manga.
Are you caught up with the anime? Or just the manga?
I'm caught up with the manga, and the manga's a lot of fun, and I definitely recommend catching up if you can. Especially with the downtime before college starts up again. I mean, this is a really good time to catch up on some of those. But if catch up on Boruto if you can.
Yeah, I've heard like a lot of good things about it, especially with the recent chapters of like Inshiki, Momoshiki, Boruto, and stuff like that. The new form that Naruto got, I think it's called what is it called? It's like he like
it's Baron
like,
mode. I think it's what it's called Baron mode.
Oh, okay. Like, does Naruto like actually die? Like, I haven't really seen.
We're pretty sure he will. He was knocked out of the form by Ishiki, so he might have just been saved from death. But I think he's still gonna die from it. Probably. It just might be a little more prolonged.
Even with the form, he couldn't beat it?
Ishiki knocked him the fuck out. For like 10 seconds, and then Naruto came back up, and he's like begging what's he called? Kookie to run away.
Oh.
So,
yeah. I know one thing I've heard about is how Boruto has very weird scaling, especially when it comes to Sasuke, because everyone's saying that Sasuke is really treated like Vegeta now.
Yeah, I mean, Sasuke is kind of like Vegeta now, definitely.
But isn't always getting beat up or something like, I ran out of chakra. And like in the recent chapter, he got stabbed in the eye by
Exactly.
By Boruto.
Exactly. It was just wild. It's the Renegon eye too, which is what people are getting it on.
So bad.
Where it's like, well, his Renegon is Renegon, so that kind of sucks. Right. But other than that, I mean, I'm excited to see the consequences of this chapter and how it all unfolds.
I mean, I've seen some theories about how this is like a perfect time for Sasuke to get like the Senju arms, the Senju cells and
Yeah,
stuff like that.
yeah,
Or he could bring back his Rinnegan with the Sharingan by using I think Izanagi or something like that. He
yeah.
could potentially do that, and then he could get another Sharingan from Orochimaru or something like that. But that's still kind of like far fetched for Sasuke to even do.
Exactly.
So
I mean
yeah,
that's stretching the limits of what could actually happen.
right.
Um,
So I'm like curious to see what they'll do after that.
See, because my
Might
theory
get
was
up
that
to that too.
Naruto was gonna end up dying here, and then Sasuke was gonna use the Rinne Rebirth to bring him back.
I mean, if he lost his Rinnegan, then Sasuke is severely nerfed. So like, does it really matter if he's around anymore? Does
He
it mean
really
he just bring
doesn't
back
matter,
Naruto? Like,
and it's because like it's not like we care about him or Boruto at this point. Because like,
wait, who in Boruto?
Sasuke and Boruto. Because like,
Oh, okay.
I was never a Sasuke fan. I never was.
Yeah, you always talk about how annoying Sasuke
I
was.
don't like him. I
Yeah.
really don't like him, and I think I think he was really good in part one, and then the moment that he
Yeah, I
left
think he
the
was too.
village, and Kishimoto couldn't figure out what he wanted to do with him after Itachi, I think is when I really started to be like,
Yeah,
I
I
don't know how
thought he
much
was
I
a really
enjoy.
good character. I thought he was a really good character up until he beat Itachi. But I think the way that Sasuke acted, I think it's actually realistic because once he got to his goal and he
Yeah,
realized that like, oh, Itachi like he didn't do this like for no reason. Like he was actually forced. It was because of the hidden leaf. So Sasuke didn't really know what to do. I feel like most people when they reach the goal, they don't really know what to do
yeah,
after they
no, I
achieve
feel
it.
ya. Like
So I feel like with
once,
Sasuke, he was very inconsistent though. Like some stuff just made no
yeah,
sense. Like he
yeah,
was
some
talking
of
about
it
like, oh,
totally
I'm going
did.
to destroy the hidden leaf, and then like now I'm going to become Hokage. Like that just came
Yeah.
so left
That's like my
field.
biggest
What?
criticism of the war arc was that the war arc did not know what it wanted to be, and if it just had stayed set on Madara being the villain, I think it probably would have been saved.
Some people even say that if they just ended it at the Pain arc, that would have been perfect because that's exactly when Sasuke beat Itachi. Naruto beats Pain. Pain is basically the mirror of Naruto.
Yeah.
So like that means Naruto beats basically the entire Akatsuki. Like that's actually probably would have been the better ending in my opinion.
Yeah, no,
If it
I
just
I
ended
can
it
agree to
clean. Like
that.
everyone reached their goal,
You know, I
or at least the main
yeah.
protagonist.
And then you just wrap it up with this with like Sasuke retrieval redux, and yeah. That
Well, I
saves
mean,
you quite a
I feel
bit
like
quite a bit of
Sasuke always
chapters.
would have returned. I feel like
Oh yeah.
Sasuke would have returned once he beat Itachi.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I think the way he did it, I think he truly meant to cut off ties with the Leaf at that point.
Well, I mean, he didn't really do anything terrible up until he tried to fight Killer Bee. I
Oh, that's
think.
true. Yeah,
Yeah, that's when things started going crazy. I think that was after he fought Itachi.
it
So
was. Yeah,
he didn't really commit any crimes. But the fact that he was associated with Orochimaru is still kind of like he can't just come back with no repercussions. Like he can't be trusted if he's been with Orochimaru for this long.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. But he also killed Orochimaru, so that's one thing.
What I can appreciate about Naruto the most is just how seamlessly its arcs flesh together. And that you don't need any time
Right.
skips or anything like that. Or, well, I mean, of course, there's the time skip with Shippuden.
Yeah.
But if we're talking about arcs consecutively flowing one by one, they stitch together so well.
Yeah,
Which
you
is
could tell like he sort of really thought about how the arcs would blend together.
exactly, because I think that's a lot like what Oda does. Because
Right.
I am almost 1,000% convinced he has a manuscript of how One Piece is gonna go in his desk, and he just looks at that manuscript, and that's how he
That
brings it
manuscript must be
together.
pretty long.
Like
For how
99, he
long
made the
is it?
whole story of One Piece, and now he's just prolonging it. But
Right.
it makes no.
I feel like he had a whole story in his head, but then he saw the success and was like, let me just keep adding this in between
He
until
could
the
have.
end. Like,
That could 1,000% be the case, because there's other arcs where they don't feel like they fit in quite as well. Like Thriller Bark. Thriller Bark I don't think fits quite as well as, like, say, Syrup Village.
Right.
Finally, I got my brother through the Arlong arc and through Logetown, so now he's finally entering the Grand Line, and I'm very proud. I'm very proud of this. That
like, I started One Piece a little while ago. I think you remember.
Yeah, I remember when you first started.
I think I got past Arlong Park, and then he went up into where's that the sand guy that he go up again? I think that was around the time
Crocodile
that I stopped.
Yeah, I mean, if you can't make it through Alabasta, I mean, at that point, I'd almost say One Piece probably isn't your show.
I think I would prefer just reading the manga One Piece than watching it.
It's 1,000 times easier. I skimmed through a lot of the New World, so I'm going back and rereading all of One Piece, actually. Because I personally just made it to Logetown as well. So that's what I was sort of doing there. But there was a lot I missed that I'm like, oh wow, I should have gone back and reread this just a little bit sooner. Either that or I should just taken notes or something like that, because I forgot a lot.
Right.
Because, shoot, I mean, I even forgot that Buggy had the Chop Chop fruit, and I'm like, how in the fuck do I forget something that important? And so I just kind of over there, like, that's okay. It is what it is. But, I mean, the New World, I mean, I was blasting through, like, 50 chapters a day. So, I'm like, I gotta go back, and I gotta take my time and actually make sure that I'm understanding what's going on. Otherwise, this is gonna be a repeat.
Yeah, I just think with the manga, it's much more easy to digest.
Absolutely.
As opposed to the anime. The anime episode is 20 minutes long, at least around that time.
Exactly.
And you have to watch a whole bunch of those. There's like 800 episodes, I think. Opposed to reading a manga, you can finish that book in probably like 10 minutes. Like,
it wouldn't be that long if Toei didn't animate one chapter at a time.
That's how they basically do it.
Yeah, like in the I think from like 500 onward, they're only animating about one chapter per episode.
Oh, okay.
Which is very unfortunate because, like, at the beginning, you're going like 3-4 chapters in a 23-minute episode, and to be completely fair, it's very dialogue heavy after the time skip in One Piece, but one chapter is absurd.
Yeah, that like isn't there like a ton of like recap in One Piece? Is that like one?
It varies.
Complain about?
It varies. I mean, there was like one episode. I don't think it ever beat the 6-minute recap that Naruto had.
Oh yeah.
But no, well, it might have beaten it. I think in Marineford it did beat that recap time. Which, like, 6 minutes is damn near half an episode.
Right.
So, I mean,
what I do appreciate is when anime episodes, they somehow make a recap episode very creative. Like, I think a great example is Avatar: The Last Airbender. With the recap episode, they somehow made it like almost, it was like a canon episode basically. They were watching a theater version of themselves.
Right, and I think My Hero does that a little bit as well. Not to the same extent, but I think it does.
Right.
Just in terms of like the swimming episode or the fucking photography episode, like this could totally happen at its downtime.
Yeah. I mean, I think they're not too bad for episodes. Like, it's still like there's some substance in there somewhere within that episode.
Yeah, like it's still a recap episode, so it's still essentially just a glorified waste of time, but
right.
It's not horrible.
But speaking of My Hero, like, what do you expect the future of it to be like at this point?
Me as a fan, or me as how I would personally write it?
I mean, I guess you could explain both.
All right. So as a fan, I want there to be like 10 chapters of just pure consequences, because I want this arc, now that the war is done, excuse me, now that the war is done, I really want this to hammer home that this arc fucking matters. Because the way I would have written it is that, like, this would be essentially the end of part 1 of My Hero. Part 1 of, like, Naruto, if you will. Jump into a time skip. They're all graduated from UA. Hero Society's in shambles. And then it's their job as heroes to put the citizens' trust back in. And that's what's going to lead into Deku becoming the greatest hero in a sense. As a fan, I want All Might to go ahead and watch all that and to go into old age and not die, and everything's all happy-go-lucky, and we watch everything unfold peacefully until Shigaraki comes back. The way I believe is going to happen is we're going to get, like, maybe 4 chapters really dissecting the impact of the arc, ending with the death of All Might.
Right, I think that
we're gonna get
that All Might will die.
Yeah, he's going to die. That's gonna lead into a depressive state Deku, and then once he finds his resolve, I think we're going to have him work on getting his new quirks. Then after he's gotten his quirks, I think that's when we're going to hit a time skip.
Right. I think one thing we kind of discussed yesterday was how some characters that seemingly could have died in the war but just weren't confirmed.
Yeah.
And I think one of the big ones was Deku's mother because of the Machia attack, and how there's this a manga panel of her with like a bike, and then there's another scene with a bike outside of like this shop, and then Machia is coming through on the other panel.
Wouldn't it be wild if All Might and his mom died, and then all of a sudden his dad calls and he's like, "Hey kid, saw you on TV fighting the decaying guy." I think that'd be kind of the I think that'd be kind of the funniest ways, right? Hey Dad, I thought you went out to go get Cheerios. I don't know. That's how I would do it. I think that's how I would segue into meeting Deku's dad, because I think there is a reason that we never met him.
Yeah, I think there
didn't
is a
her
very
mom
good reason.
Didn't his mom say that, like, his dad is just a little nobody that only shoots like little ice things?
His dad, you said?
Yeah, like Deku's dad.
I don't think he said that. I remember like
Someone just said something about what his quote, what his
I don't think it was ice. In the first or second episode, when they told him that Deku doesn't have a quirk, she mentioned that Deku's father had a fire breathing quirk, and he works.
You know what?
America.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see here. I can pull this up actually. Kachan bullying Deku.
So I kind of feel like that Deku is gonna unlock a quirk very similar to like some type of emission. Where, like,
he breathes fire. Yeah,
maybe not breathing fire, but something similar to that. Where like his dad could probably help him control something related to that.
Crazy's coming in with the clutch. Yeah, he breathes fire.
Right,
just works overseas. I don't know. Maybe it's just like a different island in Japan. Who knows?
Oh, so it's not even confirmed he's in America. He's just overseas.
We don't know where the fuck he's at.
So he could basically be in any country just outside of Japan.
Basically. For all we know, he's in China, and he's just a little skip hop away from Deku.
Right. I've seen like some theories on YouTube saying that maybe All For One is Deku's dad. I think that's a bit of a stretch, though.
Yeah, I mean, it's cliche, and I don't think Horikoshi is that cliche enough to do that.
Right. Like he does cliche of a lot of things in My Hero, but I don't think he would do something like that. That's very cliche.
What's funny about his cliche is I don't think it takes away from My Hero. I think it actually plays into its strengths.
Yeah, I think it does too. I think the whole thing about My Hero is that it's superhero. That in itself makes it kind of cliche.
Exactly.
The whole superhero world.
Exactly. Like, if it didn't do its cliches right, I think My Hero probably would have been canceled.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it would have lasted this long if its cliches didn't work with it. How much do you want to bet that Horikoshi was fucking crying during Endgame, though. This man is a comic book nerd.
He's a huge Marvel fan.
Like,
I know. Is there I think there's some talk about MJ having a crossover with Marvel or something like that.
That would be so cool. That would actually be the coolest thing
ever. I can definitely
ever.
see that happening.
It already happened in Japan? Oh, you know what? He might have done the promo material. I think he did the promo material for one of the recent movies. I think it was a Spider-Man movie, because he's been on record on saying that Spider-Man was his favorite superhero. Which I can agree. A lot of people are
saying that Deku kind of like embodies a lot of Spider-Man superpowers.
He totally does.
In a way.
He totally does.
Yeah.
Between Froppy style with Black Whip and Spidey sense, the Peter Tingle. I guess now it'd be called the Deku Tingle.
Probably.
Yeah.
What other sports do you think that he'll unlock?
I don't think it's gonna be anything like super interesting now. I think all the interesting ones, we already got.
I've seen a theory where like a lot of Deku's quirks or how he applies his quirk is always in reference to people in his class.
Right. I don't know. Maybe he'll get like teleportation or something like that.
I mean, maybe something like that.
I'm gonna call it the Deku Tingle from now on, I think. Rather than the Danger Sense, the Spidey Sense, I think I'm just gonna call it the Deku Tingle. Far From Home was an okay movie. Maybe.
I think Crazy saying something about the Danger Sense. I don't mean exactly from his class. I'm saying he somehow uses his quirk and applies it to someone in his class.
Exactly.
So like Deku, he doesn't have a quirk like Bakugo, but he learned how to maneuver because of Bakugo. He used the Black Whip, how Froppy used her tongue. He tried to use flight like Real Rocket.
He'll probably steal from Sero and learn how to swing on Black Whip.
Yeah.
That is just him being smart, but still. But
that's what I'm saying. Like, I think like his classmates could be a hint to what his quirk could be, because he usually uses his quirk in a way to emulate someone else.
He already would fold Muscular. I don't want to redo of that fight, because he would just clap him.
But I think it would be satisfying, because last time like he like nearly died fighting him. So like to see like Deku like
just to see him wash
Muscular.
I'd want it after the time skip, the way that fucking One Piece decided to do it, and just like show off his new strength by showing us someone that nearly killed him the first time that they met.
Right.
That wouldn't be mid. That's how most shonen would do it, and just the crazy. He said
that what is he saying is mid?
He's saying that a time skip would be mid.
We're gonna get a time skip.
We know that we're going to get a time skip.
No, but I don't want him to get all his powers.
Well, not get all his powers, but like if he gets all his powers, like I'd want him to master it in the time skip, or the very least,
say maybe a flicker of one of them. Like maybe he experiences something within those 2 years that
he
maybe
experiences
like
something new, like
foreshadowing to a quirk coming.
How about his own
exactly
quirk?
Have it yet.
His own hidden quirk. So he gets all the previous things' powers, or the previous predecessor's powers, and then like it flickers into his own little like unique power, and then boom, time skip, and then we don't know.
I mean, I think that would kind of go against what was previously established.
It would.
Like, if Deku actually got a quirk, but then like it kind of like downplays like the beginning where Deku didn't have a quirk. Like he got so.
We already knew Deku was going to be special anyway. I'm just saying. I don't trust Horikoshi enough to not pull something like that.
Well, maybe they said that his quirk that like Deku like I think maybe it's dormant or something like that. Like people that have like that certain type of like skeletal configuration, they're not able to use their quirk or something like that, or they don't have one, right?
His quirk is the friends he made along the way. Isn't that what Monkey said on your channel when you came back? The real Zenkai
Yeah.
Senpai is the
But
friends we made along the way.
I think if Horikoshi wants to give Deku his own quirk, I think in order for him to make this to make sense, he has to say that everyone that doesn't have a quirk actually does have one. It's just dormant, and
That's
they can't
true.
unlock it unless they have something happen.
Yeah. That would be mid. Maybe, that's true. I don't know. I feel like you should save one quirk for something really special. I think, for me at least,
Right.
I would want to wait. I would want him to train a little bit harder instead of getting all these simultaneously, rather than just jumping boom, 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 boom. Because he's already got 4 of the 9 or 4 of the 8. He's already got half the quirks that he's meant to get. So why don't we save the other half for post-time skip? Let him master these 4 first, time skip, and then he unlocks the other 4.
Yeah, I think that's perfect. That makes sense. By that point, in 2 years he definitely should have mastered all of the quirks.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So maybe the time skip isn't that long, or the villains need that much time, because it's really all this is coming down to is how long Shigaraki needs to wait.
I think some people are saying, but isn't like the next arc going to be a prison break arc, or is that something that people are just
it's going to be
might happen?
because he's sending Shigaraki to go get his original body.
Oh, okay.
Yep, it's weird. It doesn't make any sense it makes sense.
So we may even get a muscular rematch before even the time skip. Actually.
Well, the thing is, Deku doesn't even know that this is about to happen.
Well, I'm saying like when it does, like when it all
Yeah.
plays out and the heroes, get ear of it. I feel like some fights are going to be inevitable to happen.
Oh yeah, Deku versus Muscular round 2, I think isn't going to be as difficult anymore. I think Deku could just use Air Force and send him away.
I don't think it's going to be that easy because Muscular is still
that's
probably
true.
one of the strongest characters. So I feel like Deku has to try, but it's not like
Right, he's not gonna.
death.
Yeah, he's not gonna be all bloodied and not able to use an arm.
Right.
He'll get a
Because
singular
remember,
scrape like
Muscular
Thanos.
was able to stop Deku with 100% punch.
That's true.
Like he
That's
didn't
true.
flinch. So
I mean, he didn't
even
die to
though
1
Deku
million
didn't-
percent Deku, so
right.
Deku only gets 6? I thought. Wait. No, it should be 8.
Because he's the seventh user, right?
He's the 9th. Oh, that's true. All Might and the first user don't count. Yeah, that's true. Because All for One in itself is the first user's quirk. And then All Might never had a quirk. Yeah. All Might's quirk that he's gonna get is it's gonna delete the predecessor's quirks. He can't use...
I feel like they should have mentioned that All Might didn't have a quirk in the beginning of the story, because I think it would have been even more impactful for him giving it to Deku. Because in the beginning, he said, "Oh, you can't be a hero without a quirk." If they mentioned that All Might didn't have a quirk before and he gave it to Deku, it would make more sense, I think.
Exactly. Having a little sympathy.
I did it, you're able to do it too.
He is a hoe for that. All Might was kind of a dick in the first half of the first chapter.
Yeah, like how you so you can't be a hero because you don't have a quirk when you know dang well you didn't have a quirk before.
Boy, you're missing half your stomach. You can't do that. Gran Torino's a lot better, but he should be dead.
I think Gran Torino actually is a better mentor for Deku than All Might, to be honest. I think he's taught more to Deku than All Might, actually. All Might really hasn't taught Deku anything. He's just like, you gotta think about it.
All Might only prepped Deku's body. That was it. Pause. All Might isn't a good teacher. That's what this...
Yeah, I don't think he's not a good teacher.
I think it's known that he's not a good teacher.
Yeah, he's not. I think maybe Deku could learn some stuff from Aizawa, though. So, better...
Oh, he totally could. He totally could.
Yeah.
Aizawa could teach him a lot. I think Sero could teach him a lot.
Now, do you think Aizawa can stop Deku from using his other quirks besides One for All?
Yeah, more than likely.
Oh, okay.
He stopped
Yeah,
Nomu.
they're all saying he can.
Yeah, he stopped Nomu, and those were multiple quirks, so there's no reason why he couldn't stop Deku.
Right. I think you guys were speaking about yesterday with how what's his name? The guy that can phase you stuff, Mirio. Yeah. Mirio. You guys saying you thought it was kind of a cop out that he came in during the war arc? Why do you guys feel like that?
We don't care. Here you go. We don't care.
TZ popping into the podcast just to say he doesn't care. I feel you. I see you, bro.
What's a podcast? I don't even know.
Yeah.
Bruh, didn't Crazy just type it in the chat?
Oh, I didn't read that. I thought he said you should make one. I thought that's what he was going to say.
Nah, you're all good, bro.
Yeah, but do you actually think it's a cop out? I feel like it probably was kind of jarring for him to come in so quickly.
He didn't even do anything.
He really did.
That's what I'm saying.
There was no reason for him to come in.
Yeah, he didn't even need to be in here. He didn't even need to be here.
He came in there just for the hype. He didn't do anything.
He really, yeah, for real.
Did he at least save some people or something?
He just beat up
Nomu. He did.
That's it.
Indirectly. I mean, him distracting them.
No, it would be different if, I don't know, if he took a couple hits on Shigaraki or something like that.
Deku did all that.
He knew his shit wasn't doing nothing.
Oh, yeah, he was gonna...
Yeah, for real.
Now, what do you think is going to develop between Endeavor and Dobby? What do you think is going to happen between them?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Dobby
doesn't care anymore. Dobby did exactly what he set out to do.
I don't think Dobby's going back home. But, do you think there's going to be some fated battle between Dobby and Todoroki or something? Or is it more just against his dad?
Both.
More against his dad.
But indirectly, I think Todoroki is going to defend his dad.
Yeah, for real.
I don't know about all that. He can handle it.
I mean, I don't think... You think Endeavor's going to do Dobby? In a 1v1, you think he would win?
He's going to die.
I mean, he was pulling up a fight against fucking Shiragaki or whatever I think his name is. So, yes,
but all he did was burn him. It wasn't...
Oh, his fight was harder than him, so maybe it's different. So
he might
it's
get
a way different matchup.
I mean, isn't Endeavor, I think, probably more skilled with his fire? Dobby just shoots hot fire. But
Dobby's flames are
potent.
potent.
He can make circles and shit. He can do some airbending. I say airbending from firebending.
Yeah.
I don't know. It probably isn't as good as what's his name, Endeavor's, but he's probably no slouch.
Right.
He can't fly though.
I'm sure he can. I'm sure he can figure it out.
Yeah, he really could.
Shit from your feet.
Now, if it's a 1v1 between Shoto and Dobby,
Shoto was getting messed up. Did you not?
Fucking on him.
He was getting smoked.
I mean, after some time, but obviously now,
he's still gonna
He
get
wasn't even
smoked.
trying though. He was
Dobby was just memeing with him.
He really was.
He was just fighting.
He hugged them and he started burning. I know.
He was talking happy too. He was like, "Hi, bro." This ain't even about you, bro.
Yeah.
So I'm
you're just in the way.
You're just there. But since you're here, I'm gonna kill you too, playfully.
Exactly.
Because Endeavor's watching.
I don't want to turn this into a My Hero podcast, but imagine how Natsuo feels his brother's alive. That's crazy.
They do know though.
I know, I'm saying, but imagine how he feels.
For real.
Because he got scammed, and then he finds out that ending was sent after him for fun.
Yeah.
Because Dobby's
oh, no, my bad.
He's a troll.
Yeah, it's wild.
But that was smart. He built Endeavor up just to make him fall.
They already know all that shit.
Right.
He
did so much.
Him being alive is the only thing that they know. They don't know this nigga's about to kill this nigga now.
Exactly.
Or murderer now.
Didn't he send a Nomu? Didn't he send a Nomu?
No, he's all those villains that attacked Endeavor. Dobby sent them out.
He did.
So Dobby sent that Nomu to Endeavor.
Yeah, you'll see it in season 5. They talk about it.
Oh, again. Yo, that's crazy.
I would just read the manga if I were you.
Does Endeavor permanently have have no eye anymore? Because they didn't get like stabbed or something.
It's just a scar.
It's just
Yeah,
a
just a
scar.
scar.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Just a gash.
Honestly, the way he shouldn't have killed that high end Loki.
You still
The
would.
high end should have Loki won.
Stop
Because
it.
it's
He
it's
went plus
broken.
social.
That is true.
Okay, but Endeavor's fire is more broken.
When they say plus ultra, they just win.
Right, they just win.
City level solar flare, hold that. Everything.
He did go all out, so that is true.
Didn't it reach the atmosphere?
No, he went
Yeah,
like all the
it
way
made
up.
it,
Yeah.
bright or some shit. I don't remember.
He was not
okay.
trying. He was not trying to hurt people, so he was just like, "All right, I'm gonna bring you up there."
Yeah, like quirks like that are kind of like they're kind of fucked over like in a city because
Yeah.
Nah, that's true.
Yeah, because he's like nerfing himself from the fight because he doesn't want to kill
Yeah,
everybody.
that's why.
Yep.
Like heroes like the Human Torch are like fucking trash. Like they get bitch fucked. I said
Exactly.
bitch fucked. Fucking saying bitch fucked because
Like-
they can't really do shit. Like the Human Torch is like solar system level if he goes like full power, but I think he can't really do that.
Right.
I heard he can, but I don't know.
Man, Hawks
His
is
solar
Hawks
system
is
level
finished.
goes like super crazy.
All these heroes are finished. Loki, Hawks is finished.
Yeah.
Endeavor's finished.
Yeah.
No, like I'm
the
not
top-
talking about like from the news. I'm like they're injured so bad they should not move.
No,
after
for
that.
real.
I mean, his grows back, so he's probably.
I mean, well,
he's
yeah,
probably
but like
fine.
he was getting burnt. Too
Well,
much.
Endeavor was damn near split in half, so like
I think they're
Bakugo's
pretty
lungs are
much.
finished, bro.
They're pretty much.
Bakugo ain't gonna
they're
breathe
pretty much-
right.
Bro, who couldn't breathe?
Bakugo isn't
lungs
gonna
got
be able to
deleted.
breathe right
yeah,
after.
That nigga was
He got
catching
smoked by
cancer. That nigga
Shigaraki. He
couldn't breathe
said,
anymore.
"What? Shut up." That was funny.
Not for
So
real.
I think-
them should have did more. Ida. How you say it? Ida.
I know. Like,
Ida,
he
yeah.
did, like he was just running around saving people, but like he should have done
Like,
something.
what else
That's
can
what
he
should
do?
be doing. Man,
I mean, well, yeah.
they're strong as shit.
I mean, but that's what he was supposed to do.
Why didn't he
I
just
guess.
use his jet engine legs to burn things?
Like,
What is-
stupid Sig.
Like, what, you want him to just kick Shigaraki?
Yo, they even
Like,
burn
Yeah,
I mean,
kick
he could
Shigaraki and then burn
He could
him
have.
like,
with
he's
the
just like, you know
engines
what,
on
you
his
know what? He's just like,
calves.
this is what you
Man,
did at
I
USJ.
doubt
Shut up.
it's like-
Just kick him.
I doubt it would do anything if it's taking Endeavor's fire.
That's
I mean,
true,
yeah, no,
that's
but
true.
no, but this is Shigaraki after Deku already smoked him. So like,
Like, what if-
maybe it could have.
What if he just ran through and just kicked his head off?
He just like
Facts,
this is
he
for
could-
USJ.
he could have done that.
Good.
Give it enough speed, and I mean, with enough speed, a Tic Tac fucking hurts. So like, enough speed, and I'm sure
Like
Yeah,
that
he
guy,
uses-
pretty sure
The-
he
the
kick
leg
his
would
head off,
take
but
it
he can
right
regen,
off.
right?
I
No,
doubt
but
he
no,
could
but
regen
no,
his
no.
soul.
Endeavor weakened his regen when he burnt him. Cause like, even then Shigaraki's regeneration was like slowing down.
Oh, so you think that
Yeah,
would
'cause
just
it
killed
wasn't-
him?
yeah.
Well,
he
I
was
mean,
like
I mean,
100%.
if he really tried, if he'd have really tried his hardest just to kick his head off, probably.
Mhm.
But like, I don't think that's logical. I don't see why he would do that.
Well, yeah, because if he misses and then when he survives it, he's done.
Shigaraki's broken though. He can decay without even touching the floor. He's broken.
Yeah, that's true. He's gone. He literally would just go to ash if you fell hard. If you fell from like 5 feet.
For like a ground.
Oh, no,
for
no,
like
no,
a
no, I
ground
remember.
fighter, you just gotta hold that.
If Shigaraki, or if Off One didn't take over his body when Endeavor burned him, he would have died.
Yep.
He should have died. And the
Should've.
series right there.
Yep.
He's like, let me
Deku
have the
greatest
controller
hero
real
right
quick.
there.
All for One is bro. He really is the most evil villain.
He really is.
Shigaraki's
In what?
not even the main villain. He's just using he's just using him.
For real. He's a vessel.
I did-
Well, you
The
said the
funny
most
thing
evil,
is-
like compared to who? Like in the series?
Oh, I was talking about in the series, but like in general.
I think it's funny how nonchalant he is and how evil he is.
Yeah, no, he's just chilling in prison. Like, okay, I don't care.
He's on demon time. He be smiling and
He's like, I
For
can
real.
help
He's
you.
just
For real.
smiling in there. He's like, okay.
He's like, I can help y'all, but y'all gotta let me use my court.
He's really just fucking.
Wait, what were you guys talking before I came in?
They're talking about mid, and they're supposed to talk about college,
Mid-X,
but
We were supposed to talk
You
about
don't
college,
have to.
yeah. I mean, either one.
I
Either or.
don't care about that, to be honest.
College is
I
boring.
don't care about that.
Y'all boring.
And that's why everything's in high school, not college. College is lame.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
I'm
college
surprised
wouldn't
at that
be
many
lame.
Like,
anime
like
set in
3
college.
We get it. You're a main character.
For real. If you're a main character not in high school, are you really the main character?
Well, they gotta have some main characters in like in their adulthood or something. I'm tired of this.
They should.
Well, in show,
teenager.
well,
Need to.
in
They better
Shonen
go
they
to
do.
college. Like
Well,
Deku's
you said
15, Gon
You
is
don't
like
see-
12. Like, bro, Goku was a kid, 13.
For
Like,
real.
bro, can we get an adult?
I think it'll be more easy to digest if we saw like a 20-year-old beat people up like this.
Right?
I know, like,
Well, you
bro.
talking about My Hero? I mean, it makes more sense in My
No,
Hero.
and like,
I mean,
no,
like an
in
anime character in
general.
general.
Yeah,
Like
for
a
real.
20-year-old anime
Like,
character.
I'm witnessing Goku, who's like my age, beating up King Piccolo. Well, I'm struggling in a video game. Like, bro, what? I don't see an adult, dude.
Like
Facts.
Gon is like 12 years old fighting a pedophile. Like
Isn't he like 15 now? Like, I know he's like a teenager now.
Really? I thought it was 11.
Yeah, I heard people say he's like 15.
by the
Huh.
end of it,
Yeah, I heard
Well, yeah,
people say
he
he's
definitely
like,
got
he's
older,
like a
but-
teenager.
because by the Chimera arc, he definitely looks older than he was in the
Yeah.
I remember someone made a comparison. They're like, don't forget, Gon is older than blank, and they're like, I don't know how old, but they
Why
were
does
younger
this-
than him,
what the
but they
hell?
looked way older. So I think it was Deku. I could be wrong.
Yeah, it could be.
And they're like, remember, they're the
I
same
had
age or
2
something like
intros.
that.
What the frick? Okay. I've seen it all.
Crazy. Did you finish
said
your
what?
homework?
No.
Imagine.
I just don't get, like, how do you have 2 intros in a video?
I don't even know, dude.
And
2 intros.
seniors and juniors got smoked. Seniors
They
last
really did.
Right.
year.
They
The
had to
graduation was
graduate
so
over
trash.
over Zoom on CNN.
It wasn't,
like,
Right.
it wasn't even like they went to the school, but they had to stay in their car.
Right, that's what we
Bro,
had to do.
I couldn't
We
even
got
do
out.
that. I picked up my diploma from the school and then did. That's literally all I
Right.
got to
They
do.
had us do this whole like weird ass like whole route thing, so we got like pictures taken and shit. And then our school has like a little roundabout in the front of it, so we just went
Right, I
up through
did
the
the same
roundabout, picked up the diploma, and then went out. And I'm like, you know what? I'd rather
Yeah,
do
that's the
this
exact same
than
thing that I
wait
did.
3 hours, because I still had like a whole day that I could tackle rather than my whole day being graduation. I still went to work.
I mean, that's kind of trash, but
Still go to work and you got no bread.
he doesn't work on his day of graduation.
That's
trash.
actually no.
Bruh, I don't care. The diploma means nothing to me. It's a piece of paper.
True.
This
Wow.
better be lit for 2 intros. Hold up, bro.
What?
What are you talking about?
Who is he talking about?
Yeah, 2 intros. What do you mean?
Even I don't do that, and I'm
Oh,
stupid
this
as
kind
a...
of fire. Wait, no, it's not. Wait.
This nigga just talking.
he's like, it's fine. Like, wait, no, it's not. Like, which one is
Wait.
it?
Crazy, what are you even watching, bro?
What's this?
Link it.
Okay, this guy, bro. What is this power scaling? I'm not watching this animation. Why is Super
Bro,
Saiyan
what are you
3
talking
keeping up with
We don't even...
Broly?
Are you
Bro,
watching
what?
Mass Star
Facial
Media?
animations?
No. Bro,
Then what are you watching?
No, I'm dropping the link.
Mass
This
Star
guy-
Media can
Some
kindly
people say
fuck
that
off.
Broly's power scaling doesn't scale to the in-universe.
Bro,
Wait,
what?
So
What?
Broly's scales way above them in the actual universe because it's a movie.
Wait, which Broly?
Z Broly.
Huh.
Z
We
Broly?
don't care about that guy. The heck?
The movie characters are stronger than the canon.
Yeah,
They-
like,
That's
they-
true, yeah.
Seth was like arguing that like Z Broly could go up against Gogeta.
Okay.
Ew.
Yeah.
Who's trying to...
from Gogeta
Like,
from the
movie
movies, right?
13?
From Z?
Gogeta?
They
Yeah,
confirmed like
from the
every
movies.
villain is stronger than the like from the next movie. Like each movie, they make the villains always stronger than the last. So,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah, well, Seth was like arguing like that Broly's like strong enough to fight Gogeta or something like that.
I mean,
I mean,
if it's movie 13
did
Gogeta, it makes
back.
more
I said
sense.
Gogeta. I met Broly.
Movie
did come
13
back.
is Hybridodon. Come on, pick her up.
Or not movie 13,
But
movie
wasn't-
12.
Wasn't
movie 12.
wasn't Broly like in the Gohan Goten movie struggling somewhat against those two?
Yeah.
No, he was struggling to get. No, Gohan was putting in work. Goten and Trunks got washed.
I mean, this is adult Gohan though, isn't he? Like Mystic?
No, but
Okay,
apparently
No,
people are
Well,
saying
yeah.
that
Well,
adult.
that's the
People are
thing.
saying. No, people are saying that version of adult Gohan is the one that didn't stop training,
That
even though
is.
but it still doesn't make sense. Like, where did Goku come from? How does Goten know about Goku if Goku was still dead?
That's the
Movie-
yeah. Of
that's why
course.
it has to be after the Buu saga.
Well, I mean,
What?
in
What?
timeline placement, that's what it is. But like, there's so much plot
No.
holes in that movie that it doesn't fit anywhere.
Do you understand?
Right.
Why would that Broly
It
movie
can't be
the
after. It
Buu
can't be after
saga?
Boo.
Because then by that point Goku would be alive. Yeah, Super Saiyan
No,
3.
it's before Boo. It's before Boo.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. It's before Boo, but like, how does
Because I don't think Goten
Goten?
even knew who that was, right? He
That's
didn't
what
know
I'm
who he was,
saying. Yeah,
He's not supposed to know about Goten. That's just bad writing on their part.
No,
It
but
was just to
Goten. No,
make-
Goten shouldn't even know
Nobody even
about
look at that little
Goku.
nigga.
He's like, why do you feel like I wish Dad was here? You haven't even met him yet.
Exactly.
No, but
Before-
I mean,
you heard
true.
stories though. You heard stories though how he's the nigga's always fucking up everybody. Like,
yeah, but he wouldn't think of his
I
dad
wish
in that
this-
situation.
I wish
In
the
my-
man
I
that
mean,
my
I
mom
kinda
said was
would
the
if-
strongest
if
in the
I heard
universe
my-
were here. Because
I mean,
she's
yeah,
probably
this-
telling
this-
him that Goku's the strongest in the universe. So Goten would think, hey, I want the strongest man in the universe to come save me right now. Which just so
I mean,
happens
yeah,
to
but
be my
like-
dad.
I would be thinking that right now. Like,
I mean, well,
Right?
yeah, but like even if he was thinking that, like, okay, imagine at the time everyone like thought those movies were canon, and like imagine you just watch the Boost Hug after that, and that man is just like he's surprised to see his dad, even though in the movie
I mean,
you're like, oh,
if you think
Yeah,
about
but
it,
Goten didn't even see him though. That's the thing. He just heard voices.
yeah,
He was,
no,
like, just
good, no,
behind him.
people, it was Goku like an illusion there, or was he actually there? That's what I don't understand.
He was an
I
illusion,
think
but
he
he
actually
did.
was
No,
there,
he did.
right?
He did actually look at Goku, and he's like, "Dad, you're here."
yeah,
No,
he
he
actually was
legit did
there.
look at the illusion.
Like,
But
I think,
no, but
didn't he
I
say
don't-
like
no,
something about
but
like
no, but
Kim
it doesn't
Kaiser
make
can come
sense.
for a minute?
No, but it doesn't make sense because like he used a Dragon Ball he wishes Goku was there, and if Goku's there, why would he go back? Why would he disappear if he's there already? Like that's technically
Well, maybe-
wishing him back.
Well, why did he come back
Well-
in BoJack?
Oh no, see, I don't know how.
Yeah, see,
That
they're
man went through
inconsistent.
different dimensions to save his son. Like, bro,
Right, I
relax.
think he didn't care. Like he left Otherworld
King
because he
Kong
Well,
wanted
for
said,
to.
"Oh,
BoJack, we knew
no!"
that he just instant transmissioned out of there, but it's implied in Broly that it was Shenron's doing that he brought Goku
I mean, yeah,
back
no,
just to
it
save
was
them.
Shenron's doing, but like why would Goku just disappear? Wouldn't he just stay on Earth?
Because I think he's
if
still
dead?
dead.
feel like-
No, because he's still
I
dead.
think-
He was never wished to be revived. It was just for him to come save them. And that's
I
why
mean,
he
but
came
wouldn't
in,
be
saved
physical-
them.
But he wouldn't be
Broly
physical,
died, and then he came back. And then he left.
Though. But why would he be like a physical? Because Broly even said Kakarot. So like,
Maybe
I'm
a lot
pretty-
of them be physical for that time being. And then
Yeah,
as soon
he
as
was
the fight
allotted
over, he
just
has
to
go.
save
No,
the
like-
Earth,
like, they
and
just-
then he went away.
they should have explained it or something. But like, I mean,
Wait a minute, let me check
Goku
something
was
here.
kind of encouraging them though. So like, I mean, either he was actually there or like he was encouraging them from like other worlds,
Let's
and they
see
just beat him
here.
due to scaling.
I want to see. Let me see what Goten says here, because I think he actually does say Shenron save us. Yeah, he
well,
says Shenron, please help.
I watched it in the dub, so
Yeah,
he was all like, "I wish
so-
Dad were here," and then Goku just came down.
Yeah, so in Japanese he says, Shenlong, please help. And then
Shenwong.
So he just
Shenlong.
brings Goku, like, bro, you could have bought anybody.
Yeah,
Right.
so
I mean,
Shenron
but
was
at
the
that
one that
point,
said,
who was
"Ayo,
there?
here comes Goku."
I mean,
I mean,
at the
but,
time,
like-
he probably thinks that Goku's the strongest in the universe, right?
That's true.
I mean, yeah, but like, it's just weird that Shenron's just like, he's just like, you couldn't bring Vegeta, or like,
Right?
anyone
Vegeta.
else?
Where was Vegeta?
Facts, where's Vegeta at?
Vegeta gone. He's still in this depressive state.
Vegeta sent Broly and said, Gohan got it, bro. I'm like,
He's like, he was in the gravity chamber the whole time. He's like,
For real.
the thing is, Krillin even pulled up just for and saved Gohan. If you don't get out of that
In the Piccolo costume.
How does Krillin show up and not Vegeta? Like,
That's what I
Right?
because Gohan thought
Krillin
it was
cares
Piccolo.
more.
Where did Krillin get Piccolo's clothes?
I don't know. Probably robbed his closet. Or just ask Piccolo to use the clothes beam and be like, "Ayo, bro, I want to see what I look like in your clothes." And Piccolo was probably flattered and did it.
Yeah, wait, why was he wearing Piccolo's clothes?
Fan service.
Bruh.
It was a little twist. You see him in the clothes, and it's like, oh, Piccolo came again. And then, nope, it's Krillin. Toei just does not want to stop disappointing us, is what I've come to the realization.
What do you think the next movie for Dragon Ball Super will be? I think an entirely new arc?
Probably some new arc. Probably an anime only.
Nah, I thought they want to do that now. They're like, nah, everything's canon, boy.
Nah, can't have a movie that's not canon anymore.
No, I think they want to have movies canon.
I don't know how they're.
Well, they don't do it with One
how,
Piece. One Piece Stampede wasn't canon.
What do you guys? How do you guys think Toei's gonna like adapt the moral arc? Because like you know how
like Shintani, but a little worse.
No, I'm saying like you know how both Tournament of Powers were completely different, and how the fights went and stuff. So like, are they just gonna retcon like Frieza?
I think what they're gonna do. I don't think they're gonna do that.
They might retcon the bad things from the manga.
Yeah, they might
like
take
some
what
of the dumb
people
stuff that
didn't like.
I mean, but like it's gonna be hard because it's gonna be weird because I don't even who knows, maybe we just don't get it in DBS anime, we just get the manga since it's completely
I'd be
different.
Okay with that. High key.
I wouldn't mind that, but
no, I feel like it will come back eventually.
And it will come back
but
eventually.
It's just weird because
maybe they might just be waiting for Nozawa to bite the dust. That lady's old.
Wait, did okay, yeah, what?
Yeah, that was so,
like
that is so
insensitive. No, I'm not trying to be insensitive, but like really think about it. I mean, to be fair, right? I love Nozawa. I love her so much, but like, they wouldn't. Why would they be waiting this long to do it? You know, why would they be waiting this long?
Because they don't know how to continue the story because they're two different continuities.
Because here's the thing, right? Is that
they also have
I'm
very
in the
high
personal belief
now.
I'm in the personal belief that they're going to. They're waiting for the manga to get enough ahead.
DBS Broly animation.
Yeah, I don't know why you think they're just gonna let Nozawa just die before they like. I don't.
Yeah, that's weird. Like I don't think we want a Dragon Ball reboot with different voices.
I think we will get it eventually. We might not want it, but I think Toei is probably gonna end up doing it once Nozawa passes and little time's passed after that, where they'll reboot it. But
a reboot of the OG Dragon Ball, but I don't think it's an entire reboot where it rewrites the entire story.
No, it won't rewrite it, but they might readapt it, like a Hunter x Hunter 2011 type of situation.
Yeah, like that. Yeah,
but it would just be a new voice actor for Goku. But I don't think they have the balls to do it before Nozawa passes.
If Nozawa passes, just let the voice actor of Kirito do it. He voices everybody.
The voice actor of Kirito is everywhere, bro.
He voices everybody.
He's so good. He's actually really good, though.
He can't mimic Nozawa.
Does he have to?
She probably has an understudy, to be completely honest.
I mean, yeah, but like, bro.
Honestly, we probably have an understudy doing some of the voice lines right now.
Okay, bro, you're pushing it. Relax. Relax.
I don't think you got a whole person.
I don't know why you want her to die so
bad.
I
don't want her to die. I'm just saying, be realistic here for a minute. She's 84 years old. Like,
and she's still killing it. She 84 years old.
She is still killing it, but like,
what would happen to Dragon Ball once she is gone? Like,
yeah, she's the
the manga would probably
might just end if she's gone.
Bro, what if they did? Like if she just passed and they're like, well, Dragon Ball's over forever. Congratulations.
It's a wrap.
It's a wrap, you boys. This is done.
The anime's done. We just continue the manga because
I'd be okay with that.
We can imagine her voice in there. Yes, sir.
True.
Hey, that's the best way to do it. That's the best way to do it.
Hold on, I'm tripping, right? No.
Well, at least they still would do English. English though.
Yeah, but like, wait, am I an idiot or did Goku and Jiren or Goku and Frieza versus Jiren happen in the manga? I know it.
No, it did not.
Did it not?
It kind of did. Like, it kind
of
did.
No, it did.
Because Frieza just went and pushed him, and then Goku just jumped in after to make sure that Jiren didn't escape. It was
No,
like
no, no.
a two-panel thing.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right. Cause like I was confused. I was all like, that's kind of like a pretty. Yeah, I don't know. Cause I was thinking like maybe in the manga MUI just washed, but I think I'm tripping. I don't know. I like how the anime did that. That was tough. In
What do
my
you guys
opinion.
think about the next DBS chapter for the next arc? Like, what do you
I
guys
don't know.
expect from the granola guy?
Bro, he looks cool. He's gold. I don't
He's
care.
cool. I
Yeah, he
like
does
him.
look
I
cool.
like him. I like
Yeah,
I think I like his design more than I do anything
his
else.
his design is like Dragon Quest, and you can tell Toriyama. You can tell Toriyama made that. He said, "I'm making sure you guys don't. I designed this character." I'm
I
kind of
think
glad that
we've seen
that it's
enough
on.
anime to know that there's something that's going to happen with that eye.
Wait, what?
There's a reason. So we've seen enough anime to know that there's going to be some reason he has that eye thing.
Yeah.
Oh, the well, yeah, probably he just lost it. I don't know. I'm kind of getting burnt out of after they fight a big villain, they have a big feast. Like, bro,
That's so
Right.
cliche. They always do that every time.
look, they defeat Frieza, we're gonna eat. They have the
Yeah.
tournament of power.
It's probably
Bulma,
because Goku gets
Bulma
fucking
feasts.
hungry.
But no, everyone is there eating. It's not
That's
just
true,
like
everyone's
it's
hungry.
not just like everyone's just feasting. It's
Hey
like, bro,
man,
what?
I'm sure using your energy takes a lot out of you. So you gotta replenish all that
I
energy,
think
you know?
Dragon Ball should have more slice of life arcs. Like,
I totally agree.
Not necessarily an arc, but more like moments.
I want a
Bro,
spin-off
not
of
that
Dragon
just...
Ball,
That
maybe
Goku,
like
Piccolo, and Pan thing, bro. When I
2 to
watched that
3
episode,
episodes between each arc. It's like
Super's
slice of life.
Super's best episodes were the ones that were only slice of life.
okay, that's cap.
I'm
Most
not
of them-
capping. I'm not capping. My favorite
So
moments.
you gotta tell me that all out of all of DBS, the best episodes, in your opinion, the best episodes in 131.
Besides maybe three. I had the most fun with the slice of life episodes.
Bro.
I think slice of life episodes have usually a better writing than the regular episodes.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but like you mean?
Because I'll tell you right now, 110, 130, 131, and shoot, the first episode with I think it was 47, when Future Trunks came back. Those four I think are the ones that I think were better than the slice of life. But other than that, the baseball episode, Raleigh, the Saiyaman
the
arc.
baseball episode was kind of mid. I'm not trying to hear that. It was cool, but it's not that
Like-
open. It's all right. The best slice of life one is probably the Pan one, and that's it.
Nah, man, you're
I think
lying.
me personally, I'm like really mad that they kind of made the Goku Black arc flop. Like they really outdid themselves.
They
with the first episode.
really could have made that. It's
Yeah.
only the ending.
Honestly,
I liked it all the way up until the
honestly,
final fight.
What would have been better, okay, in my opinion, the manga. My dream DBS would be Anime Universe 6 arc, manga Future Trunks arc, a combination of both manga and anime Tournament of Power,
Yeah, there's
movie DBS Broly, and then Moral. That would be so good. Cause
dude.
bro, Trunks in the manga was heat. I'm not gonna lie.
Manga
I mean, Trunks was just a healer. He wasn't like actually fighting, which was kind of trash. But like, regardless, it was heat.
Manga Future Trunks was so good. That
Bro,
arc was so much
when
fun.
Zamasu like ripped off his bro, I was like,
He ripped it off, and then Goku ripped off his own shirt. Fucking
I know, that was
Hakai'd him until
I
he grabbed
remember that.
Mai.
That was cold.
And
That
then
shit
after
was
that,
so
Zamasu,
cool.
Like, he like duplicated himself, and Goku and Vegeta were getting mobbed.
I
It
think
was
the
so
only
funny.
thing I wish was that they did not throw Vegito in the manga version.
I feel like
Manga
regardless,
Vegito was kind of
Did-
sleep.
Did the retcon still stick in the manga? Did they still say
Yeah.
the same thing about?
I mean, to me, it's not really a retcon if they never specified mortals versus guys. So to me, it's not really a retcon.
I mean, yeah,
it-
but it was still like an implication that they made that it was permanent, and the only reason they
I mean,
unfused because of Boo.
no one. They never
Like,
specifically.
no one said it
confirmed-
was because of Boo. It's just they just thought that, and of course because they thought that we're going to think that too.
I mean, yeah, I don't know, but like, to me, I don't think. I feel like I feel like it would have been a major retcon if, like, in the MC they said it's permanent for every, like, being, and then Super they retcon it. Otherwise, I'm fine with it. It
Yeah.
makes it so it's
I
not
mean,
OP.
it's not a terrible retcon. Like I'm not mad at it.
Yeah,
'Cause
it's
Yeah, I
not
mean,
like you said,
horrible.
they
it
never
kind of
specified it.
makes sense because they kind of hammered down mortals are not as superior compared to gods.
Yeah, that's true.
To me, honestly, I feel like the anime treated Trunks arc could have ended better if they did. Like Skies and Masu, I get what they're trying to do, but it just didn't work. You know, like
Yeah, it didn't
I
land.
get
feel like
I know why they did it, but it just didn't work when you like
If
it
you use
could
just a
have worked.
little
It
bit
just
of brain
didn't.
cells, it makes no sense.
Yeah, it's like what you mean to tell me he turned into smoke and into the sky?
Yeah, and then started,
Like
like, traversing all the universes, and I'm like, nah, man.
yeah,
If
Well,
like
Jiren were there,
the
he wouldn't have
concept,
let him become
like
smoke.
the concept isn't bad. It's just the way that it was executed.
Yeah,
It
for
was
real.
just not good.
maybe they have the sky, but then the clones come out afterwards.
Yeah, you see
That
that
would be better.
like from the Goku Black Rift or something, like or something similar to it. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Cause those clones, that was tough.
Yeah.
But like other than that, it was alright.
But I think Zamasu's concept is something that should stick with Dragon Ball. Like I think that should come
Yeah,
back.
yeah.
To bite
Oh,
the
like
lead.
the Kai that
Yeah,
stole
the
the
corrupt
mortal's body.
Kais. Yeah.
Honestly,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. His ideals were so stupid. He doesn't like mortals, but steals a mortal body to kill
Right, like
mortals.
that just destroys your whole
It's
like idea.
Like,
poetry,
bro, what are
you guys.
like, what are you doing? You're like, I hate mortals. Steals a mortal's body. Like, bro, shut up. But Zamasu wasn't. He was one of the best villains in DBS.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he
Without a
was.
doubt. He's
Like arc aside, he was a really good villain, in my opinion. Like in Dragon Ball ever, if you think about it. Because all the other ones just wanted to
he might
destroy
be the
Earth
only
for world domination.
true evil guy.
That's the Frieza.
Besides
Frieza.
Frieza in
Yeah,
Super.
Frieza.
Yeah,
He's
Frieza and
just evil
Zamasu were
just
the
to be
only.
evil. Like he has no reason.
I know he's just
He's just
mean
evil because he wants to be a punk.
just cause he's like, you know what? I'm just gonna blow up your planet. Why? I have no idea.
He's
but I'm gonna
evil
do it
because his
anyway.
inspiration is evil. Like what Toriyama
Does the
used
Frieza
to
Force still
inspire
own
Frieza.
planets? Like,
Huh?
does the Frieza Force still own planets? Like, do they still have
Well,
like?
they don't have a lot
I
of
have no
planets
slave
to
people.
own. There's only like
I mean,
26 with life.
I don't think they necessarily need to sell planets anymore because Frieza killed the Saiyan race. I think he's just. I think they're just. No, they were
Yeah,
just
but he's like the
they
emperor
were
of the
destroying.
universe.
They were destroying planets in DBS Broly. Like
yeah,
I
yeah.
remember. So I think they're just like trying to, not colonize, but like I guess
Facts.
I don't know. But like Frieza, he just vibing now. I guess just trying to kill Goku and Vegeta.
But I think they
Hey,
should
oh,
have
Crazy, if
something
you're
to
going to
make
stay on the
Frieza
stream,
relevant in
or
some
not the
way.
stream, the podcast, introduce yourself.
I mean, we've said his name so many times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess.
Check out Crazy, he's making animations.
I used to make content and I stopped. So. Okay.
And now he's making animations, so he
Yeah.
about to pop off. He's not
Yeah.
gonna do it.
Hopefully.
He's about to get millions of views. He's about to pass
That's
us
it.
all.
Yeah, it depends.
Well, if you make him look nice, maybe.
I'm broke. You see, that's the thing. I am out. I'm broke.
It's still possible with Flip and Clip. You seen it?
No, bro. I give up on that. I give up. I can't do it. I can't do.
You're not animating with it anymore?
I can't do it on my phone.
Nah, I feel you there.
Like I can, but I can only work with 3 layers, and that's not enough.
Using your phone for shit the computer is supposed to do is absolute ass.
It's not bad.
Crystal,
but
remember
it-
when we were all editing on our phones and it
Sorry,
was.
Have you tried to use Adobe Rush on mobile? That is
Nope.
horrible.
It
It is nowhere near what Movie Premiere is.
I will never ever touch phone editing again.
Yeah, I don't do that.
Like
That is
somehow
not the move
iMovie
anymore.
was better than Adobe Rush. Like
iMovie's crack. I'm not even gonna lie.
Yeah,
it is
iMovie
practical
really
what you
wasn't
can do
bad.
with it.
Like especially
mobile editor?
like, I know it's not even bad.
Yeah, as a mobile editor, it's really not the worst thing to ever come out. I mean, Chris made some fire content with iMovie.
I mean, granted,
Yeah, I'm surprised.
yeah, it's not bad. But
Android couldn't
if I
say the
wasn't
same
broke,
thing.
if I wasn't broke, I'd be going crazy. But I
I
am.
think iMovie is more for people that not for anime content. I think it's
It's
more
really
for
not.
like people doing vlogs and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, it can work. It's just you like you just don't have to have minimal, or you can't have like Adobe type edits. You just
Yeah.
Right.
you can have what you want in the background and then transition into just something regular, and then otherwise than that it's just it's normal.
Right.
Exactly. Nah.
But I think like back in the day, it was a lot harder for you to download videos onto your phone.
I know,
For real.
either it was just harder or we're just stupid.
Nah, there weren't as many apps to do that on your phone at the time.
Right now
Yeah,
you can
At least on
download
iPhone. On iPhone there wasn't, but like on Android, there's tons of stuff you could do for that.
Bro,
Android was
has
so
to,
cool. I think he is my stepbrother now. He was showing me he hacked into his or he jailbroke his Android phone because it's easier to do those with. And he got a fucking SAO menu. I'm like, dude,
Oh no,
I
yeah,
wish you could do. I wish you could do
be
that with
having
Apple.
like they be having some sick layouts. I'm just like, damn, must be nice.
For
We're
real.
just getting layouts on Apple right now.
Like,
no,
this
like
man
I'm
just
like no,
swiped
like
down.
they'll change their home screen from regular to like persona types. Like it like the whole thing is just persona
That's
stuff.
sick.
It's like the apps look like it. Like I'm like, bro, we can't even get that here. And I'm not
We
gonna
did a whole bunch of
jailbreak. I'm
apps
not.
just
I'm
iPhone
not
high key is
jailbreaking.
trash, but
And
I
Apple's
only
like,
have
we're
it.
banned from using this
I only
phone.
have one because it's the meta.
Facts.
Maybe when the Androids get buffed.
right.
But like, bro, I
Apple's
can't even
camera
use
needs to
Adobe
get
Flash.
nerfed, and then they'd lose all their money.
I can't even use Adobe Flash 8 because Flash got smoked after December.
Oh, so Flash 8, you can't even use that?
Yeah,
It
Flash
got
is
smoked
gone.
after December.
Why did that happen?
It's old.
Have you not seen the thing on Chrome that just says Flash is shutting down December 2020?
Yeah, but are they shutting it down just because it's old, or
Yep.
I forgot the reason.
so no one can animate on Flash 8 anymore?
I mean, I think if you have it, you still can, but like, I don't think you can like it. Like, if you don't have it, you can't get it. I tried today. I don't know why I tried. If I knew like it already got.
It was gone. Like I still have hope.
I was like, so maybe I gotta have hope.
For
But
Like,
I
so
don't
what are
know.
people gonna animate on? Like, they just gotta animate on like official softwares now.
I mean,
like,
I don't know. I think if they have it, they can still use it.
no, but what
Yeah,
if
you know-
like you're a beginning animator and you never use Flash 8? Like, what would you start out with?
well,
You better
I
go
guess
on.
you're starting.
You better go on YouTube and search up how to get Adobe Animate CC for free. You might as well.
Nah, you're doing fucking Flipbook, bro. You're getting a
I give
sticky.
up.
You're getting a
Flipbook.
sticky notepad and doing it like that.
Nope.
Hey,
I'm
you can
not-
animate on Photoshop too.
Hey,
No,
that's
if
true.
you don't- if the only reason why if I had the pro version of Flipper Clip, I would actually try. Like, you get 6 layers there. You see, then I would actually try it. But 3 layers, I can't.
How
3
much
layers,
is?
I cannot.
How much
6
is
layers, I'll
premi-
try.
the
But
premium version?
3 layers, I'm not doing that.
Nah, how much is that? The premium
I have
version.
no
I mean,
idea.
I
Let me check.
doubt it's much. It's probably
It really
like
shouldn't be.
$5 probably.
No, it's probably not that much. I'm just not. I am not getting Isaac's card. I'm sorry, but
No,
yeah,
if you're gonna buy a premium, you might as well just buy an actual good like.
Yeah, that's the thing.
software.
like you might as well.
yeah,
Hold
for
on,
real.
let me check. Yeah, okay. So no, there's different premium things that you can pay for $1. Like you can, like for $3 you can add your own audio, or like for $2 you can add longer videos. But in order to get all of them, then you just have to pay $10. But you see, at that point, I might as well just go on YouTube, search up how
Yeah,
to
it's
get
not worth
whatchamacallit.
using. It's not worth it.
It's not worth it. I mean, it could be if you're drawing on it. Like at that point, you might as well. But personally, I'm not doing that.
Really.
And besides, I'd much rather extract and look at sprites on my laptop than my phone.
Nah, I feel you, dude.
I guess because I don't have much stuff on my phone either, or I don't have much stuff on my laptop either, and it's easier for me to navigate through different tabs rather than my phone, where I actually use my phone. Whereas my laptop, I just
Yeah,
like
for
I use it, but I don't edit, I don't edit on it or anything. But yeah, it'll take time. Like
it'll take time, but it'll be fire.
hopefully when I'm caught up and I'm not like too stressed during
Maybe,
school,
wait, crazy. Maybe you should try out 3D animation then.
I'm not doing it, bro.
Because you can get the Unity platform for free.
You think I'm a 3D animator? I can barely animate 2D. You want me to animate 3D?
I mean, 3D animating is different from 2D animation.
I know.
It's not like harder, I don't think. In some ways, it's actually easier
Yeah,
because
but
you're not manipulating frames in the same way.
true. But I don't know. I think I don't know. That deal, that Adobe thingamajiggy, kind of cool. The Adobe.
Yeah,
Right, you
Creative
just gotta get
Cloud.
$20 a month, my guy.
Maybe
Wait,
maybe after
Noah, did you get it?
maybe
Huh?
after I'm on YouTube.
What was that?
No,
Z?
did you get the plan?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, okay. Oh, so your school also was
Yep.
partnered with it.
Yeah,
All right.
No, but no, you don't. But like, oh, I see. I was about to say something dumb, but
yeah,
I
crazy.
realized
I mean,
I'm not dumb.
Like, it might just be college schools or universities.
no,
Yeah,
it might
yeah,
be. It might be
schools
high
and-
schools
no,
as well.
no,
I'm not
no,
sure.
schools and universities. Because if it was my school, we would not be using Photopea. Hey,
What do you say?
Oh no, crazy. You still there?
Yeah, you like cut out. What happened?
Oh, I think he dipped. Where did you go, crazy?
You don't see him on there anymore?
No, I mean I see him on there. It's just that he's not talking. Like there's no like green bubble or anything like
Can you
that.
hear us?
He might. Crazy. Type in the chat if you didn't die. Oh, crazy.
You don't. Or he's gonna pop back in.
Yeah, I think so. More than likely.
Like he wasn't even muted?
No, he wasn't muted or anything like that. It's not like
okay.
TZ where he's also deafened as well.
Oh, TZ's still in here?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
he's just muted and deafened. Nah, but then I decided to download Premiere Anime, or not Premiere Anime, but like Adobe Anime, just to see what it was, what it was like, right? And
Right.
this shit's kind of complicated. I won't even lie.
Yeah, I downloaded a whole bunch of Adobe stuff, and I was like, I'm probably not gonna use all this stuff, and it's probably taking up a lot of space, so I'm just gonna delete it, and then if I need it, I'll get it.
For real. Like
I
right
think
now,
the
all
only
I've got.
software I have is After Effects, Premiere, and Photoshop. That's the only stuff I have.
Yeah, that's the same. I'm the same. I got it all pinned on the taskbar right next to each other, so if I need one thing, I can go pretty easily on it. I gotta clean up my taskbar though, because I don't use a lot of this stuff on here.
Right.
But nah, I was telling Crazy last night that I don't know how much longer. I don't think I'm gonna be editing videos as much anymore. Like I tried doing that with this Dragon Ball Moments thing, and I wasn't having fun. I'm like, if I keep doing this type of stuff, I'm going to burn out. So I'm like, that's
so you weren't like really into it while you were editing it?
yeah, I wasn't getting into it. I'm like, I remember why I burn out so fast every single time I tried to come back. That was like the original.
You prefer doing like the podcast like this, right?
Yeah, that's why I decided to kick up the podcast and just to sort of do those World of Geekdom style videos where I can just go on and talk and stuff like that. Because I'm like, I think that's where my passion for content lies. Now I was just trying to figure out the topics that make me stand out from the rest, you know?
Right.
Because I'm sure you can sympathize with that, trying to find your little niche, your niche.
Yeah, I can understand that. I mean, podcasts is easier for you to just spill out anything you want to say with editing. You put in tons of hours in making
Exactly.
like 10-minute video.
Yeah, it's just hard. It's just harder to blow up with this type of content's the only thing. So I shot myself in the foot. Yeah, I mean podcasts on YouTube. I mean, but like, I mean, as long as it's consistent, it shouldn't be too bad.
Well, actually, I found like a lot of podcast channels actually where like they just upload podcasts and they're very interactive.
I
You
feel
even
you.
make them live so that people are able to like communicate with you during the
That would be
podcast.
badass. I would just need
Yeah,
a
like,
bigger
you just-
following if I was still gonna keep it with like anime and stuff, you know.
Right.
Yeah, because
So,
I'm
like
thinking.
once you get some people actually watching, you can
Yeah.
get people like start lives and like actually interact with people.
Exactly, and I think
Yeah.
with this type of content too, I can keep a better upload schedule, so that I can upload
Right.
2-3 times a week rather than once a week with super high quality edits. Because I'm not like you and Chris, where y'all really enjoy that. Like for me, it's just
To some extent, when it comes to like I guess like editing for hours on end, it can be like burn you out, but I still enjoy doing it. It just depends
yeah,
on. To me, it's more of the topic that you're talking about.
yeah,
Like if
for
you're
real.
talking something like you're not really into, then of course editing it isn't really going to be much fun.
Exactly. No, I
But
agree.
But if you're editing it in a way where it's like very unique and creative, and it's something you really
Yeah.
like to do, like for me, in my video, I like to like use keyframes to animate a lot of my images.
Yeah. No, I agree.
So I feel like that's fun to do. I think.
Yeah, no, I'm excited to see where you go from here now that you got Premiere Pro, and you're able to do a lot more with that.
Yeah, like I like editing, but I think like doing it for extended amounts of time can be draining. So
It
I'm gonna
is.
edit in a way where it's kind of like not really controlling the entire video, but more of like enhancing what I've already made in the video. So that's why I kind of want to like go into like the more film type route. So like I can do like fun stuff, and then kind of like add a little bit of flair into it afterwards. You know?
No, I feel ya. I really do. I completely understand that. Because that was the thing, though, was I was editing the video, and I'm like, this doesn't feel like me. And I'm like, the last thing I want my content to look like or feel like is disingenuous to myself.
Right. Right.
And I'm like, that's why I was telling Crazy. I'm like, that's why I hate scripts. Because I'm like, I lose that natural type of thing because I don't know how to replicate how I sound in a script.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I understand that.
Some
The
they're
scripts
like,
definitely aren't for everybody. Some people just, it's just it doesn't feel like them when they're talking, through words.
Like
on
with,
the sheet.
what I did do now, though, so I don't get into tangents as much anymore. So I'm now starting to, like, pull up, like, a little bullet point list on things that I want to hit.
Yeah, like, you can have
But-
that. That can help, yeah.
but,
But
like-
not really, like, a script. It's just
It's not really a script.
information that you have to tackle. at some point
Exactly.
in the
It's just a
video.
little timeline just to make sure that I don't lose track of where I need to go.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just sort of that way. So that way I don't... So that way, like, when I go to my tier list videos and stuff like that, I have a better idea of how I want to structure it. That way I can still go and do this sort of podcast type of video and still keep it however long it's going to be. But no, I mean, I'm trying to branch out just a little bit more. In terms of anime, like, I'm keeping a really, really close eye on what's airing this season. So that way I can jump in, because I think the 15th is when I'm going to be reviewing all the first episodes for the winter season. Because most of the winter season has started airing by that point, by mid-January.
Dang.
Because Dr. Stone doesn't even start up until 1 week from now. And then there's one more anime that starts up just the day after.
Hasn't Promised Neverland season 2?
Yeah, I actually watched that last night. The opening's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I would like it.
Yeah,
Is it like has it recently been out, or it just says it's going to be out in 2021?
I'm not entirely sure. I think it's only 11 episodes, though, from what I heard.
11? Not even 12?
It's not even 12. It's 11 episodes.
That's very odd.
And I'm almost concerned that it was probably because of COVID that it got
Yeah, most
delayed as
likely.
much. Because I'm sure it was 12, but Cloverworks probably had to wait a while to be able to kick that back up. So some of it probably wasn't where it is. So they just will
Right,
wait for
because
a
like
third
most of the
season.
animators probably have to animate at home now.
Yeah, and then this season, Seven Deadly Sins finally comes to an end.
Right.
Which is, that one's gonna be bittersweet because I really liked
I think the
the
last
first two
season before
seasons.
kind of really hurt the series.
It did, and I think that's why they rushed this final season. Because the day before the third season ended was when they announced that they were going to be doing the fourth season, and they're like,
Right.
actually, that one was slated to actually start in October, I believe, and then we actually ended up finding out that it was going to be delayed until winter 2021, which I think that delay really, hopefully, helped them out to make sure that it's the absolute best it can be.
That might
But
be part of the reason why DBS hasn't been announced yet.
it could be because wasn't it supposed to come back of 20 June of this year? Like, people still hold that over.
Geekdom still said had dates of saying that when it was supposed to come
Yeah.
out. And
People keep saying he's lying, and I'm like, I don't know if he's the type of guy to really lie about it. His information might have just been off.
Right.
Yeah, because people are like, oh, he lied
There's probably
about...
things planned, but it hasn't been. It probably has changed at some point.
Because I have no doubt that he has inside information in Toei, but I don't think that I think people are taking it a little too far and saying that he's no longer trustworthy in any of his news because he was wrong about 2020.
Because a lot of his news, because he's been credible for years. You can't just say people.
Yeah, he got one story. He got one story. It didn't fall the way he said it was, and all of a sudden he's a liar. Like, that's not the way this works.
Right.
It's just weird to me that people are there saying like, oh well, don't trust Geekdom anymore. The news, like, come on, bro. Like, he's been right for years. I mean, I think he knew about how Broly was gonna end up before any of the spoilers came out. And it's like, oh, okay.
Knew early on that it was Broly.
Yeah, I think he didn't know that it was. I think that he found out about Broly before. When we knew, I'm sorry, but he knew about how the actual movie went, like plot wise, before most of us did.
Right.
No, it's just funny to me. Like, Geekdom has a very strong personality, and it throws a lot of people off, especially on Twitter. Like, there's times where there's times where he goes too far, right? Like, he's still human, but like, God, I'd be lying if I said there weren't times where I was cackling at some of the things that he was telling some of these guys.
Yeah.
Like, he's got an ego, but I think part of it is pretty earned there.
I mean, I think it's warranted for some people.
It's warranted for some people. For other people, I mean, he really had no reason to go as far as he does. I mean, there's been a couple times where he's come out and publicly apologized for doing that.
Right.
For blowing up on people. And I mean, like, he's in therapy now and stuff like that, so I mean,
yeah,
he sounds like he's doing he's doing a lot better, you know.
Yeah.
But his Discord's wild. It's a lot of fun.
Are you in it?
Yeah, I joined the his $5 membership. So I got into the Discord, and it's a good time there. I do, bro. I do. I am 100%. I simp for his content, bro. Not crazy. I enjoy Geekdom stuff.
Commenting on it.
Yeah, he's in the muted chat.
Oh, okay. Can you explain what happened?
Oh no, he had to go in the car, so he can go into, so he can listen to the call, but he can't talk.
Oh, okay.
Nah, but like, there's other perks in there. Like, I'm in the members only community, the emotes and stuff like that, you know.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
Yes, and it's $5 a month. Like, it's really nothing.
Right.
Like, it's not like Mr. Beast where it's like, I think it's like $14 a month or something like that, and you
I mean,
don't
it's
get
still not
anything
really
out of
that
it.
bad. Oh, you don't get anything out of it?
Oh no, yeah, Mr. Beast doesn't have any perks on it. It's just, ayo, my videos are expensive.
True, they are
Which
expensive.
honestly,
So
bro, I get it. I mean, like,
I can understand
it's
why
weird
it's
that there's no
$14 a month.
incentive to go into there, but like with 50 million subscribers, like, you're gonna have some people that'll just buy for the sake of buying.
Right.
Because, like, even if you're talking about 1% of 5 million, I mean, that's still a ton of people donating $14, which is gonna add up.
Right.
Yeah, but the no, I Twitter's a weird place. Like, how often are you on Twitter, Z?
Ironically, I'm like on there like every day. I don't really post anything. I just like to scroll and see what people are talking about.
Nah, I feel ya. I was just laughing yesterday, considering the fact that our commander in chief for the next 2 weeks got suspended.
Right? Yeah.
I'm
That's
like,
crazy.
I was suspended
And then
indefinitely for my age, but
the PogChamp emote from Twitch got banned too.
I heard that. I'm like, the Twitch is trying to become more family friendly. I'm like, bro, eventually we're gonna have no services where we can be 18 plus.
Right. Well, I think it's just more reputable to have a family friendly.
It is absolutely. But I mean, family friendly isn't everything, you know.
True.
Oh, that's why they banned it. Okay, you know what? That makes a little more sense. That the no,
Oh,
I
crazy
don't,
thing, yeah,
I do
they
not blame
banned
Twitch
it
for
a lot
doing
of reasons. I
that.
just didn't know.
I do not blame Twitch for stopping that when they could. I mean, if
Oh, crazy! He explained it to you.
yeah, he basically said that the
Yeah,
guy.
I knew about why. I just didn't want
Yeah.
to talk about it much in the podcast.
Yeah, I didn't know why.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes a little more sense. That makes more sense. I do not blame Twitch whatsoever for not wanting that associated with their platform in any way, shape, or form. Good on them. Because there's freedom of speech, and then there's promoting hate speech, exactly. And I'm glad that they're enforcing that difference. I actually did find out, though, that the best place, like, if you want to start growing a little bit of a following, you probably want to start going on TikTok for that. I mean, it is
Really?
incredible for their algorithm. Like, their algorithm is very special. In terms of, it's... You have a relatively decent chance of blowing up.
Yeah, that's true. It's just you have to actually like have people like you.
Like, yeah, I mean,
That's
you
what
gotta
it is.
have, like, you gotta have good content, obviously, but, like, it's out of any other streaming service or social media platform I've ever seen, TikTok, hands down, is the easiest to grow on.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I followed this one guy at, like, 10 subs or 10 followers. This man blew up to, like, 2.3 mil. I'm like, good on you, dude.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah, I
That's
think over the
insane.
course of, like, 6 months, I'm like, this is some Charlie D'Amelio level growing.
But I think at some point YouTube is gonna lose a lot of its relevance.
YouTube will lose relevance, I think, especially with going on, especially with what is going on with. Absolutely. Yeah, Chris, it's been...
I think what's his Spotify? I
Yeah,
think some people are saying that Spotify is developing a video platform.
that would be
Like
sick.
within,
That would be
so
sick.
like essentially people be able to upload video like almost anything on there. It
That
doesn't
would
have to
be
just
cool.
Music, it can be anything. So that's gonna be another competitor of YouTube.
I definitely enjoy Spotify and what it does. Spotify's a very creator-friendly platform, and I
Spotify
definitely
already has a
appreciate it.
large following of people.
Especially because Spotify decided that it was going to keep its all ages demographic rather than staying towards family friendly.
Right.
Yes, it's very creator friendly on that, and I'm definitely happy that it does that. Have you ever seen a guy called Mad Black Entertainment?
I feel like I've heard of him, but I don't. No, I
Yeah,
don't
he
think
grew into relevance when perfection was still a thing, and so I've been following him for about a year and a half now. And his content is really, really good. The special thing about the special thing about him is that he does on YouTube what you would on Twitch, and like he just sits down and he just talks about whatever he wants to that day. So like, I mean, his supporters are hilarious, but he reminds me a lot of Ronnie. Like, if you miss Ronnie and what he used to do, I recommend jumping in and watching him. Because what Ronnie was before he left.
Yeah, he disappeared.
Yeah, normal Ronnie. Like, yeah, I mean, he gives me Ronnie vibes, and I think that's why I gravitated towards him a little bit. Was because I don't know how much people in this server actually miss Ronnie, but I wish he'd come back.
Yeah, he kind of just disappeared, and we still have no idea where he went.
I know, which is unfortunate. I'm just expecting one of these days for him to just come in, say what's up, and then dip again for the next 2-3 years.
Yeah, I feel like that is gonna happen. Like, he's just gonna pop in out of nowhere.
Absolutely, yeah. He's just gonna jump in, just be like, "Hey, yo,
that
what
is
did I miss?"
definitely like him.
That is a very Ronnie move.
Yeah.
Here, let me jump this right in. This guy, this guy also trashes for Neverworld.
He trashed for Neverworld.
He trashed for Neverworld.
What for Neverworld did we see?
Oh, it's just because he doesn't like for Neverworld's content. Thinks he's a pretty bad content creator. That he's basically he's a fake anime fan, and that he doesn't watch the series that he says he does.
I don't know if he's a fake anime fan. I mean, a lot of the anime.
Yeah, he thinks that he's like a liar.
The mainstream ones. Is it like some evidence that shows that he doesn't watch the anime that he?
Well, it would be like his biggest evidence was that he doesn't talk about shows unless they're in limelight.
Oh, okay.
And so he's like, "Oh, well, I never heard him talk about Attack on Titan until Attack on Titan came back." And he's like, "Well, that's the reason that I think that
Attack on Titan didn't have a lot going on." Until...
Yeah, but if he wasn't talking about the manga, he said was like that's kind of the reason why he thinks that he's like, "Oh, well, Attack on Titan's so good, and you guys hear me talking about it all this time, and then you look through his catalog, and there's literally nothing there." And he's like, "Nah, man, you can't cap like that."
I mean, he definitely likes anime.
He likes anime. Like, I wouldn't say he's a fake anime fan, but like at the same time, I mean,
he doesn't watch
caps.
all the shows that he talks about probably consistently. He'll probably watch it once it gets popular, but like, he's not the one, to always know what he's talking about.
Yeah, for real. It was just funny. It was just funny to me that he would go on and just be like, "Oh, well, but then he'll also trash people. Like, he's a very no bullshit channel. Like, if you're being stupid, he'll call you out for being stupid. And like even his own followers and stuff like that. I'm just like, I can appreciate that you don't care about followings enough to call out your people when they're acting up.
Right.
Yeah, but he makes a pretty decent living. Like he goes on to he owns his own business, so he makes a good amount of money. Some of his takes are pretty hot though. Like some of them are scorching, especially with stuff with the black community. Let me see here. And it's not like they're unwarranted or anything like that. Like, it's not like he's completely trashing them.
Right.
Like like some of the thumbnails here. Like, he's got broke homeless black dudes deserve it. False hope in the hood. Um,
Wait, where you see the? Did you send them in here?
oh yeah, I'll send the. Yeah, I'll send this one here too. Yeah, he's entertaining. He's entertaining. His thumbnails make it seem like he's like a horrible person, but I mean the points that he make sense to me at least. It's like I wouldn't want to like jump in and be like, yeah, I wouldn't want to like jump in and like jump into like the black community stuff. Like that's not my place, you know. But like,
Right.
I'll do this for like anime and stuff like that. I'll jump in and tell people when they're being stupid. Because I tried doing that with the AJ situation, which honestly didn't really matter to me. I didn't really care that he got jumped on, but I mean, I would not, what I would not give to have a big channel just because I talk trash about Twitter.
Right, I get you.
Just because, I mean, that community is so bad. I mean, most of Twitter's bad, don't get me wrong. I mean...
No, I don't think it's just Andy Twitter. I think it's just fandoms of, like, certain types of entertainment, period. They always are, like, so, like... They're very defensive of the content they watch because they make it feel like when you don't like their content, it's an attack on them.
Because Right, I used to be like that, and I'm like, nah, bro, I'm just gonna let people like what they like, and if they disagree, then oh well.
Yeah, like
it's
not even like the same thing as you. It's not personal.
Yeah, like you're not forced to like the stuff that I like, but like don't get all mad when I say that I think your show is mid. Like I made the Fire Force community very, very mad. Because I said that the fan service was too much, and that their show loses a ton of potential because of it. It's like, oh no, bro.
There's that much fan service in it?
I'm not caught up, but it's the whole reason that I couldn't go through the first season. It felt like too much. And I'm just like, Fairy Tail suffers from the same problem. But it's a lot like Sora Online, where it's circled back to being good.
Right.
And I could just laugh at it and be like...
I think the story of Fire Force is still very good.
The concept itself has a lot of potential. The concept itself is a lot of fun. And maybe when he like goes through more in the manga and stuff like that, it gets better. But for me at least, I mean, from season 1, it left a pretty bad taste in my mouth.
Oh, yeah.
Because like, I'm watching a show called How Not to Summon a Demon Lord, and that one's got a lot of fan service as well. But the difference there is that it's not trying to take itself seriously and be something that it's not. Like, it wholeheartedly embraces the fan service that it has, but it doesn't waste its potential.
Right.
Mostly because isn't that an... Crazy, I was about to say, didn't you try to write isekai? Yeah, basically. I think he got stuck in a game. It's a lot like Overlord.
Yeah, Overlord's an isekai too?
Overlord is technically an isekai. Because it's still like a whole new world. But like, he knows the world because he was, like, the server shut down. So it's technically an isekai, but... I mean, yeah, they're different from shonens anyway. And I think I'm, like, slowly leaning back on shonen a little bit. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm still a fan of shonen. But, some of those tropes are getting to me a little bit. So I'm like, we'll try something new.
I usually like the newer anime come out when they offer something new that most
absolutely
haven't had yet.
And that's what I'm really appreciating about a lot of the shonen that's coming out now.
Like when Demon Slayer first came out, like it was a cliche story, but I feel like it had something to offer that was still very different. You know, the most shonen that had, you know, back in the day.
Yeah. See, Crazy, and here's the thing about this, right? Is that I don't mind fan service, and I think anyone that watches anime knows there's going to be at least a little bit of fan service. The problem that I have is when it uses it too much and sacrifices other aspects of the show.
I think the main thing about fan service in anime is that it almost like gatekeeps anime in general.
It does.
There's so much fan service because it's not something that's easy to digest for just regular people to start watching when you see all this fan service in anime, and it gives like a really bad like stereotype for anime fans. Like, oh, this is what they watch. Like, you know, like if something like their favorite show is Fairy Tail, and then their friend shows it to somebody, and then you see all this fan service. Like, so this is what you enjoy.
Yeah, for real. Like I liked Fairy Tail when I was 12, but like that was before I watched Gurren Lagann or anything like that, or anything with like actual plot. Crazy, you like boobs too. Don't even try this. Don't even try this. Boy, you're the last one to be telling me that I'm horny, bruh. You're the last person. You were the last person I want to hear that from. You are always leaving the sauce in the Discord. Also, yes, I am a cracker. You're right. You right. Crazy's the one trying to say, "Ayo, let's not use slurs in the Discord." Yet throw slurs. What you got to say for yourself, kid? Cracker's not. Well, it's a slur, but it's not like it's got the same impact as other ones. Ancestors. I'll say cracker. Hey, the ancestor sins. My ancestor sins are not the ones that I bear. I am not my grandpa.
Oh wait, it's done back that close? Yo.
No, like my great-great-great-grandpa.
Oh, okay.
No. Oh, calling me a Negro. That's weird, bro. And there goes my monetization. Dang. Actually, I didn't even have monetization. I should still be able to say what I want, right? And I don't got to worry about money.
The new the new standards on YouTube.
The new standards are kind of whack.
But like, I think if you set your channel as not being for children, then you have a little bit more flexibility.
Yeah, definitely.
Although your content wouldn't show up on YouTube for kids, I think.
Yeah. What you typing, Crazy? Crazy gonna give us a paragraph. Monetizing during January is bad due to the algorithm. I don't know. Yeah, I heard January is like the worst month to do it. Even then, I'm probably not even gonna be eligible for monetization until like this time next year.
For it. I just haven't like activated it.
Right. It's the 4,000 watch hours that's messing me up here. Yeah, it's 4,000 watch hours.
How long have we been talking?
Bro, I think we've been on for like nearly 2.5 hours. We can go ahead and end it here.
I can end it here.
Yeah. Just because I still gotta upload this.
Right.
Alright, you guys.
The editor. You can just put a cool background.
Yeah, that's really all it is. I'm editing the thumbnail. I'm throwing it in Premiere. I'm stretching the thing out, cleaning up the audio, and we're all good. Anywho, you guys, that has been the podcast for today. This has been Zenkai Senpai, Crazy Saiyan, and TZ. I can't link TZ with anything, but both their channels will be in the description below. Z, closing thoughts?
I think the podcast was pretty cool. We had a lot of cool discussions with anime and YouTube and stuff like that. So it'd be cool to have another one.
Absolutely, yeah, you guys. This has been it for today. I will catch you all in the next video. Make sure to rate, comment, subscribe. Check out these wonderful people down in the comment section below, and I will see you all later.